being a guy my age is tough. Between Glee and football and school and being popular, I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Everyone wants something from me, and I don't have the energy to do it all. I don't know how important people like presidents or newscasters or mob bosses do it. My mom says I'm stretched too thin, so I gave up homework, but that didn't help. All I know is last night I got vaporized on level 2. Level 2. And I didn't even have the energy to care.
That?
Nothing.
Probably him.
Was that you?
Yeah.
It sounded like you were conjuring something. That was fantastic.
I like that.
Wow.
It
sounds like shaving cream in reverse.
I need
Better record that.
We did. We are recording.
Oh,
Sweet.
What? You don't want to start? You kick it off?
Let's do that.
Let's do that?
With his sound.
TalkRadar 93.
Engage.
I am very glad everybody is in a better mood. We have all been extremely busy this week.
Yeah.
And every question to every one of you guys, hey, remember that? I don't play games, leave me alone. Like, that's the response I've gotten from everybody all week long. Every one of you mofos.
Yeah.
Busier.
Well, if you've been watching the site, you'll notice we're posting a lot more content than the normal 2 features a day kind of thing. And it's some of the vocal people in the comments are saying we hate this, but you're still getting the normal feature a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're just also producing a bunch of smaller.
It's just much harder to find, is all.
For now.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Everybody, just chill out. You'll all love it. Promise. We're still here. We still want to produce good content. You're just going to get more of it. That's the benefit.
I
here.
love it.
It lets us be more nimble and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I am Brett Elston.
I am Christopher Antista.
I'm Michael Raparas.
And I am Kyler Wilde.
Together we make TalkRadar. Yay! TalkRadar, GamesRadar's exclusive American podcast.
In California.
We do bunches of fun stuff here. I wanted to announce the winners to our movie poster contest, which kicked unholy amounts of ass.
It was really good.
It was really good. Above and beyond. You guys must have really liked the Dark Bunny tees.
Yeah.
You can buy it at darkbunny.com. I have a feeling those are going to take a while to get
Wow,
to where
you
they're
said
going.
that, and I swear I just saw a $5 bill fly into your pocket.
But, all right. So I can do other things. I don't have to talk about Subway in that voice.
You do.
What am I going to do with this prize van?
I didn't actually gather a lot of news this week just because
Giving away prize vans.
prize vans full of subs with lots of mayonnaise left out in the sun.
$5 prize van.
I love doing a radio voice. Someday the whole show.
It's so easy and just anyway.
Yeah, talk like a baseball commentator. Whammy!
All the way to the bleachers. Hello.
I bet I could do it with just Final Fantasy characters. Oh, Squall! That one is out of here. Look.
The Falsey are out of here.
Right, and that one straight back to Pulse. Straight back to Pulse.
Welcome to the hanging edge, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
really pulled a gestalt on that. Jesus, we're out of steam already.
We're trying.
Also, we do at GamesRadar every week. Top 7. We do a top 7 every week.
But we have later. We'll have game deals,
Game deals.
question of the week,
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
God of War
That
3,
stuff.
and I hope some Final Fantasy 13 talk. I know I'm dying to
Yeah.
chat
I've
about it.
Played a lot. Yeah, Michael reviewed God of War 3. And
I did.
We've got plenty of discussion.
Last week.
But
Hopefully
first,
you didn't read the review when it went up
17 years ago.
It was really a long time in GamesRadar time.
It was.
I read it in
was over a week.
1993
It
in
was over a
7th
week.
grade. It's really old.
I just wanted everybody in a good mood for today, this day of days, which is
St. Patrick's Day.
wrong.
My
Look at
mom-
me when we're posting.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Get busy. It's your birthday. Get busy.
It's true.
Chris is turning old.
How old are you, Chris?
Fuck.
Yes, that's right.
For an end of
You
celebration.
are fuck
End of
old.
celebration.
Celebration over. I am the big 3 decades.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit. Fuck me. Let's do top 7. I don't want to think about that. I'm supposed to be in Disneyland right now.
I'm
that
sorry.
failed. Top 7 least interactive games is what we had this week. By whom? Which writer?
Tom Golter.
Tom Golter. Well, I really like this. Good job, Tommy.
It's one of our freelancers. One of our greatest freelancers.
I agree.
Top 7 least interactive games.
Which I think Michael said this would have been a good companion to, was it FMV or
The
QuickTime?
Least irritating QuickTime
Least
events.
irritating QuickTime events. Because all of that is, well, never mind. A couple of these have in common that they're not irritating, but at least the first one is not an irritating game. In fact, it's a very good game. Number 7 is
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright.
Ace
Jesus.
Attorney.
Ace Attorney.
Which I have not played any of them. What? But Carolyn has played
played them.
most of them, and all I know is I love the music.
But the music's great.
It's
but
so good.
I'm so glad he pointed this out because I completely forgot about it and everything. That most of the game is a giant square with a play button on it that you hit over and over again. And it's listening to a conversation and asking the right questions. And there is a right and wrong way to do this. And I got really stuck.
And it's captivating, even though it's more linear and less interactive than, say, Heavy Rain. But it's fantastic game.
For some reason, the story, I have a lot of trouble remembering game stories. The story of the first game, was very clear to me, and I was actually interested in what was happening. Phoenix Wright, and this, of course, the ever popular. Objection! I got them all. I got all the objections. Somebody say something I disagree with.
I need to step out for a second.
Oh man, that was.
Objection!
You're 30.
I'm 30.
Wow, that's like the first male prosecutor, isn't it?
Objection. Phoenix Wright, but Phoenix Wright saga is over. Who's it now? Not Apollo of Justice. What's his nuts?
Miles Edgeworth is the pro prosecutor.
Because everybody likes him. Nobody likes
It is weird that
Apollo
they
Justice.
took Phoenix Wright out of the picture. I mean, he's still in the games.
Well, he's a prosecutor, and Phoenix Wright is a defense attorney.
Oh, he is.
So you're switching sides.
I see. I'm getting apprehensive because some of the forums got mad. I knew more about Miles Edgeworth than these guys did. And I'm like, well, run a podcast. Start a podcast.
Start your Miles Edgeworth.
I'll listen to it once. This is definitely very easy and not time intensive to pull off.
Yeah. It's also hard to keep up with every single game series that runs out.
Which, by the way, Tyler Wilde is putting these bad boys up on the YouTubes.
Oh, yeah.
TalkRadar is on YouTube.
Every Monday, the last Friday's episode, the TalkRadars will be larcenable on the UTARBs. And, just in case you want that for some reason. But hopefully it'll expose new people.
The images you put into the videos were very, very pretty.
Yeah.
With the opening with Veronica. She's easy on the eyes. Thank you, Veronica. Veronica tends to get us way more attention when she's on.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that she does that. Number 6. Wait, I even have number 6, but
Number 6.
Excellent.
Number 6 in the top 7 least interactive games.
Operation Wolf.
Which
is how the game says it.
Operation Wolf.
It was the most popular game in the 80s among the kids I knew who also really liked Cobras and Sharks. And the band Poison.
The arcade version?
The arcade and the NES version, which I thought the NES version was terrible.
It was crap.
Yeah.
I played a lot.
Even at the time, even when I didn't have the mental apparatus necessary to recognize a terrible game, I knew Operation Wolf on NES was fucking awful.
It was terrible. The zapper wasn't meant for the rapid fire of the arcade game, which was just a gun welded into a arcade cabinet.
It was an Uzi that rattled.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that fucking distinctive rattling. That's one of the sounds I'll always remember for the arcades.
It was one of the few games in my entire life that my dad would play more than me.
Wow.
We'd go to eat at Italian Village, and he would just pump quarters into Operation Wolf, and
you could argue that this is just another. It's one of the first on-rail shooters like Virtua Cop and
yeah. Well,
Time
what's weird
Crisis,
is when I saw it, I saw Charlie putting this all together. He didn't write it, but he kind of got the text from Tom, and then he put the images in. I saw him putting it on there, and I was like, Operation Wolf, what are you talking about, least interactive? It's a gun game. You're pointing and shooting at things. You're interacting the entire time, but then it's true that the whole game scrolls slowly to the right.
You're basically shooting at a movie.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you just shoot them before they shoot you, and then all the stuff that actually happens is a one-screen cutscene at the end that's like, you successfully detonated the bomb.
That is a fantastic image. I love it.
It's like, no, I didn't do anything. I just scrolled all the way to the right.
It's interactive if you just imagine yourself as a wheelchair-bound commando, possibly on a straight chairlift.
Yeah. There needs to be a game called Wheelchair Bound Commando.
Wheelchair-bound commando, just so you know he can't leave.
You succeeded in demolishing everyone.
Stairs.
And then and then he mentions,
thanks to you, all the Russians are dead.
And luckily, it blossomed into things like Time Crisis, where at least you have a foot pedal to duck behind.
I still have a lot of affection for the Time Crisis.
I do too. It's the game I somehow get suckered into paying $1 every time I see a Time Crisis.
The number 4 on PS3 was abysmal.
I only played.
Oh my god!
I've only played them in the arcades.
The dual analog sticks built into the neon orange gun peripheral.
The gun is fucking
with
terrible.
Terrible motion sensing technology for a first-person shooter where you actually walked around. It was unbearable. Thanks for playing.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Indigo Prophecy,
otherwise known as Fahrenheit, if you have a monocle in your eye.
And a top hat.
And a top hat.
And are currently drinking tea.
And stroking a cat.
Yes.
You threaten to destroy the world. I don't know a lot about
sort
English.
of assume all Brits are just Blofeld from Bond movies.
They're all a series of supervillains. Indigo Prophecy. It's fairly interactive. I remember getting pretty bored when I was allowed to run around on foot.
Yeah, I think the best part of the game is still the opening scene when you have to clean the crime scene or just flee or and whatever you do dictates what the cops find out later. I just thought that was awesome and played that bit a bunch of times, and then from there it's good up to a point, but
do you
it's
have
never quite that good.
On the Tom's placement on the list of
no.
That sounds fairly interactive.
Isn't it basically like a precursor to Heavy Rain?
Yeah, it is.
It's a long QTE.
Where basically it's there are, I wouldn't really say the game branches, but your actions can branch. In the first scene, for example, it's you've just been apparently possessed by something and you've killed a dude, stabbed him to death in the bathroom. Do you just walk out of the diner that you're in? Do you try to hide the body and clean up the mess before anyone walks in? Do you wash your hands and leave?
I wash my hands a lot.
Yeah. What do you do? And then you walk out, and then the next scene the cops will show up, and they'll try to find out what happened. And if other diners or the woman working there saw anything strange, she'll tell them oh yeah, he just ran out of here with bloody hands, or he didn't pay his check, or he paid his check. Here's his credit card information, or whatever.
So no matter what you did, the plot would still move in the same way.
Yeah, it would.
Right.
And that was kind of disappointing because I tried to deliberately miss evidence as the cops to see if it would develop any differently, and then in the next scene somebody just comes up and says, "Oh, by the way, they found this. Here it is." Damn it.
By the way, I found his wallet he didn't lose.
But yeah, it
was in my back pocket.
I can say Heavy Rain branches a little bit more, and that you'll actually see different scenes sometimes depending on what you do, but yeah, this is way less interactive.
Yeah, Indigo Prophecy is not that interactive. Where are we now?
But it's an amazing game. Everyone should play it and then stop at a certain point.
Do you prefer it to Heavy Rain?
In some ways. In some ways, yes.
It seems like it's more interactive than Heavy Rain.
A little bit. It was more compelling to me.
Okay.
I played it on PC, so I didn't really see the parallels with the thumbstick, but I guess that makes sense. Where everything's just driven by the right thumbstick, etc. Anyway,
we will give the floor to Brettel Elston for this one, number 4, which I thought would lend a better audio.
I'm surprised it doesn't, actually. The X-Files game.
It's just that it's well acted, even though Mulder and Scully aren't in it.
They're barely in it.
Yeah.
They are in it.
I know they're in it.
But it's they're not the focus. Your agent...
They're in it at the very beginning, and it looks like is stock footage or just footage from another episode.
I don't remember.
It's just incidental. They're just walking around.
There are scenes of them together.
There are, but they don't say anything. So it almost seems like it's from another episode.
Wait, so There's an X-Files game?
There's an
No,
X-Files
X-Files
game.
game's
No,
old as balls.
there's new footage where they shot David Duchovny standing next to the
Yeah.
new guy, and there. But basically, you're playing as two not Mulder and Scully people trying to find Mulder and Scully, and it's all FMV Sega CD a game that should have been made like in '92.
When was it made?
It came out in like
99.
/99.
Why don't I know about it?
It was
/have it /have beat
It was,
it
it was
18
supposed to be
times.
like the only good FMV game, from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean it is like
Did you review it?
this was in 1999.
Oh, I thought
He was in grade
Did
school.
you review
back
an
then.
X-Files game?
I reviewed Resist or Serve,
There we go.
which was all right as well. It was
That was not like the first game.
It was the first
There
game
you
I
go.
reviewed for it was the second game I reviewed for PSM back in 2004.
See,
It was a fine
Wasn't
game.
totally out of line.
No, you weren't. This is, I mean, it's an like the funniest thing about it is all the dated technology of cutting edge FBI tech they're using. They've got a fucking Newton, an
I
Apple,
love
an,
that.
an Apple Newton, and just all
Nice.
this
I completely forgot about it. Like,
Some
oh yeah,
hardcore.
PDAs.
PDAs.
Remember those?
Let me get
Yeah.
on my monstrous cell phone here.
It didn't even work as a cell phone.
No,
Didn't do anything. It just kept track of your groceries.
one
Like, ooh, I can use it as a day planner.
one suspect, please.
It's 10 times the size.
Because it's all pre-filmed footage. It's basically menu surfing. Like you click on things and then pre-filmed footage rolls.
Break down the spirit barrier, Scully. We got to ask the right question.
Not even that, because it won't even be Mulder asking the question.
Mulder.
I don't know. That's kind of it. I honestly didn't play it. Knew a little bit about it because I wanted to.
Sorry.
I mean, it came out when X-Files was at its
Peakish.
not at its peak, but at it's still very
Peakish.
relevant because it stopped in 2002.
Was that like a year after the movie or something?
It was the year after the movie. The movie came out in June of 1998.
All right, you remember dates.
Yeah.
Let's see if you remember the dates to this game, because I sure don't. Progress Quest.
What the hell?
Oh, Progress
Oh,
Quest. I played
PQ,
that.
man. You
Did
don't
you really
know?
play that?
I mean, that's literally the least interactive game because that's what it was designed
It seems like
to
a
be.
joke, right?
Yeah, it was to make fun of RPGs that kind of do everything for you, so literally it did everything for you.
It
Made your
had-
character, and then you could watch your character, in statistics,
Yeah, it's
going
all
through
stat.
dungeons and
It could
killing
almost-
monsters for you. Basically, it was kind of making fun of MMOs and like the new trends in RPGs where
Well, this-
you didn't have to do much. You
The
just
two
kind of-
swords are made of progress bars.
The
Yeah.
game looks like I'm playing DirectX installation. The game.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what it was.
There you
Yeah,
go.
even the
There
Packard
you
Bell
go.
sound. This
Very
is all
appropriate.
relevant.
I mean, that was the joke.
So that's the
So
game.
Progress Quest.
So that-
I'd never heard of it. Nor have I heard.
Go
of it.
download that if you want to.
It's funny.
Spend a
It-
lot of time for a punchline.
These classes are great. Shiv Knight, Tongue Blade, Hunter Strangler.
Talking pony,
Well,
bastard lunatic.
Tickle Mimic.
these are golden forum names, people. I can't wait to see the new
Man.
users for next
Wow,
week.
Panda Man,
Panda Man.
Battlefinch.
Tickle Mimic, by the way, is Representative Eric Mass's nickname.
Wow,
That's
well
funny.
played. Number 2.
Thank you. Political jokes are my specialty.
Top 7 least interactive game. Number 2 is Microcosm
Microcosm.
from Sega /
Faintly
Psygnosis.
remember that.
I saw it available for like the Amiga 32 CD and Commodore CD.
Oh man, Amiga's 32 CD was a pile. Of...
And only I have a little bit of audio.
If
and
anyone listening had that system,
it's fun to see.
Tell me what it was
It's fun
like
to
to
see
own
in the YouTube videos because the audio doesn't sync up to the actor. I think the audio was recorded first, and then people mimicked it on screen. Let's see how long it takes before the doctor completely devolves into a Jewy Woody Allen impression.
Well, Dr. Knowles, are we ready? The injection.
Ah, yes, into the cephalic vein.
Not having any second thoughts about this.
What is
Not getting a
happening?
little nervous.
Of course not. This was my idea in the first place. I want to get back at him for ignoring my brilliant ideas.
Here he goes. God. I'm just trying to fight a spaceship in a blood vessel. That's so insane. This is
Inspired by the
crazy.
movie Inner Space.
I'm literally always a fish out of water.
That is
Wait,
the
that was a little walking. Sorry.
that was a little walk-in. A little bit of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the premise. Jesus. And That was the opening scene, which is, this all involves you
It was a slow burn. I finally got it.
fighting through a bloodstream. It reminded me, just looking at it in motion, it reminded me a lot of, what was it, Rebel Assault 2?
It's like sewer shark in your body.
Or it's like you're shooting at like a movie's running in the background.
Just so technically, where it doesn't even like penalize you for a lot of things you run into because the game knows it's terrible.
Yeah.
And wait, this is one more scene.
Gentlemen, say hello to the good doctor. Nobody else was supposed to be here. Security could easily have noticed them without my verification.
Can't capture it in audio, but the screen after that, the door opens up, and it's a screenshot of a bunch of people holding guns. And they're like, oh no! And it's not an FMV of guns, it's just them putting like flares over the muzzles.
Oh, God.
So it's just a static picture of generic soldiers.
Probably
blah, 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 blah,
with
blah.
probably a lot of artifacting.
Seriously, it was. There's been better animated episodes of Johnny Quest.
Are they always riding a Jetsons ship in the background?
I have no idea what that is. I think their equipment was on loan from Flash Gordon.
I was going to say, is their computer calculating data the whole day?
Constantly. Science did predict, incorrectly I might add, that all futuristic equipment would be louder.
Would be louder and full of flashing
would be
lights.
louder.
Yeah.
Some of them would smoke. Like I'd have a fax machine made of liquid nitrogen.
Yeah. They would all have ticker tape.
And my favorite is that they would all be extra large 4x3 CRT televisions.
Yes.
They would be huge.
But speaking of the
Don't make fun of video jokes.
science
I love video jokes.
influencing the present day, I went to the Star Trek Museum over the weekend.
That was this
Nerd.
weekend?
Yeah, I
Where
went
those pictures were from?
Yeah, I went last weekend.
Oh, I thought that was a long time ago.
No, it was last weekend.
Where is that?
It's in San Jose. It's
Perfect
only
place for it.
It's
San
only.
Ho.
It's actually in the exact same room as California Extreme.
So, what did you with?
I engaged with the replica of the Enterprise bridge, as you'll see the picture of me sitting on the chair. Me and Carolyn took some pictures, getting beamed away as well.
I saw that.
But it was cool. Like they reiterate how Star Trek's impact really did affect our modern day technology. Like the people who, like of their own admission, people who were around in the early '80s designing things like Blackberries and cell phones, and they're like, fucking Star Trek communicator. That's like where we started with the idea, was Star Trek
The
communicator.
iPad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the
exactly.
iPad
Yeah.
is right out of Next Generation. They walk around with that. I could take 1 million screen grabs tonight.
That app is going to be huge.
That makes it look like a Next Gen.
It'll just be a fucking day planner.
Yeah.
That'll look like that.
I
Fuck! Why didn't I do? I could have just
Yeah, I
done
mean-
that.
Yeah.
Before I had a Razr cell phone,
Yeah.
the original series had that. You
In
know, and-
1967.
Exactly, and
It's, I don't know. There was a.
And it also froze aliens.
yeah,
That's not what the communicator did.
No.
There, but there were a lot of other examples of just like technology. Well, like the first space shuttle was named Enterprise, like because of fucking Star Trek.
And then you have the holodeck, and then you have Move.
Move.
By
Oh, it's
PlayStation.
just like it.
It's just like it.
Yeah.
And you know what else is like the holodeck?
It's-
Number one on the list.
Number one. Wait, the PlayStation Move video is out. And what's the Lenny Kravitz song?
Are you gonna go my way?
No, it's in the trailer. It
okay.
feels just like it should. And like the dude on stage, what was his name, Michael, who gave the presentation? The song wasn't picked. I don't know why I'm doing the guy from Microcosm. The song wasn't picked by happenstance. It feels just like it should. And I listened to the lyrics of that Lenny Kravitz song, and like, he wrote this for commercials.
Yeah.
It fits with every product I've ever heard of.
Well, a lot of artists do
A whole
that.
new experience. It feels just like it. Chevy. It could be anything.
He can lie and be like, no, it's about the first time you fall in love with a razor.
Sure. All right. Enough comedy. We have journalism to do.
American Woman. That's the one song I know that he did.
American
Because
Woman.
it's in every commercial ever written.
Well,
It is.
Yeah.
Or Fly Away, which I think is used for like Tommy Hilfiger jeans.
Yeah.
Ain't flying nowhere, boy. Jesus.
Number one.
Let's get into number one.
Bro.
Number one.
Dragon's Lair,
Dragon's Lair.
which, not surprising, but
But honestly, Progress Quest should have been number one.
it really
because
should have.
it was designed to be number one in this top 7.
All right,
That was their
just
goal.
Send a note on Tom that
Yeah, I will.
you have.
I will.
That you hate his work.
I'm gonna
and him as a person.
send him an angry letter saying that he doesn't know as much about games as I do. And,
Signed,
Objection!
Tyler Wilde. I'm not going to be using these in any more segments. I got to burn them.
I'm just trying to read through the comments to see if anyone. People really identified with Operation Wolf. I'm really surprised. I don't know why.
weird. I don't even know what that
It's
is.
one of those things that like, no! Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
If you
completely
put
works.
Einstein after it, I know what you're talking about.
I actually
I've
did
never
that
seen
when I wrote it down for
Operation
these
Wolf.
That
notes.
game
For
was
the
fantastically
Look, you-
interesting.
Operation Wolfenstein.
One-Eyed Goon pointed out plumbers don't wear ties for 3DO, which, I mean, is kind of like what that X-Files game is, or Fox Hunt if you want to look up a Capcom piece of shit.
Or even Double Switch, the game we mentioned last week, starring
It's
the late, great
also,
Corey Haim.
I mean, it's also a fallacy because I've seen plumbers go to weddings and they do wear ties.
In the in '95 they didn't though.
Right? Okay. Good
Did we
point.
say what number one was yet?
Yeah, it was Dragon.
I got it.
We've talked about Dragon Quest.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to
I thought you
rescue
said
the fair
something else.
princess from the clutches of an evil dragon.
I shouldn't have put the monkey noise in there because I have a clip from here that they're in there anyway,
Lair.
Oh really?
and I forgot where I took the audio from. Dragon's Lair. I loved playing because shit, it was a Don Bluth playable cartoon. At the time, Don Bluth was making competent, competitive, like American Tail kicked Disney's ass for years, and then Land Before Time, amazing.
Yeah.
All Dogs Go to Heaven, I'm a fan. And then what did we digress? We're Back, a dinosaur
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've already had this argument. We're Back is shit.
Yeah.
Land Before Time is brilliant.
I forgot
Forevermore.
forgot about that
Jay
argument.
Leno does a voice. Dragon's Lair was literally memorizing a series of arrow keys.
It was terrible. It pissed me off as a teenager, or whenever I finally did see it in an arcade, because it was like, oh, $1 per mistake. That's really great.
At the time, I was thrilled. Like now, when I go back and
From afar, I was like, this is amazing. And then the moment I put my own money in it, I'm like,
I never-
I played for less than 8 seconds.
I never put much in the arcade machines until my friends got it on CD-ROM, and I just sat there and played it forever.
Yes, that would be totally different.
And now I completely resent and hate Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
I'm very irritated by it.
Remember, the first time I saw this game, we were on a road trip from Washington State to California, and we had stopped at some diner or something that had it, and my dad had decided to play it. And I was all excited waiting my turn, and he couldn't figure out what the hell he was supposed to do. He just kept dying over and over, and the screen kept blacking out, and I was like jumping up and down, getting excited. It's like, but it's Dirk the Dairy! And Mom was like, yeah, well, his game doesn't work.
Shut up! And then Michael didn't have a Christmas.
That's how
More
it
like
works.
Dirk the Breaking?
Dirk the Breaking? Hold on.
You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles.
Sounds dangerously close
That's the noise.
to a certain
What was it?
Norwegian king.
And this is just the general gameplay from.
You gotta watch out for general gameplay.
Man.
It's
He's
just
the
there's
worst.
like monkeys and magic wands. I don't know what's happening exactly. I ripped the sound and didn't look at it. Dragon's Lair. And is this possibly, has this game appeared on more platforms than any other game in existence?
Possible.
That and Tetris, and possibly Doom.
Tetris is a.
And the first Sonic
As a
seems
good
to show up
Tetris was
on
on
And
my
it-
calculator.
And it isn't fair because they put out Dragon's Lair today on DVD and slap a sticker that says PS3.
Yep.
And it goes in fucking Best Buy, puts it in the PS3 section. There, this is the Xbox 360.
They did that with PS2. Like at Toys R Us, we had Dragons.
what I'm saying,
They
so I don't-
released
yeah,
Dragon's Lair on
remember that.
DVD.
I don't know if
and
it
then had a
counts.
PS2 sticker.
So I
on
mean,
it.
Tetris is usually a little different. Dragon's Lair is always fucking Dragon's Lair, and they even put
Yeah.
it on there without any Dragon's Lair, Time Warp, or Space Ace. That Dragon's Lair alone, unchanged, it feels like it's been on more platforms than any other game in the world.
There was even an NES and SNES version.
I didn't
They're-
even believe that was real.
They're 2D. They're side scrollers.
Yeah, but it looks actually too advanced for the NES.
The NES one not great. The SNES one was much more vibrant and looked They tried to capture the style of the Don Bluth look, but I mean, it wasn't as lavishly animated, obviously, at all.
Around the time of the Xbox,
From ImageSoft,
one of the biggest arguments I've had with a good friend is we were both Dragon's Lair fans, and he bought the 3D Xbox One, which the first level is just arrows that curve around mountaintops and continuously fire at you, and like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen for a game that doesn't matter anymore. This has ruined everything. I don't know. Got in a giant fight with my friend.
You don't understand my life as no.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything. You don't know anything about games. Look where I'm sitting now, Justin.
Yeah, I think I got into a huge argument with my friend Edward about Bolo, and I was explaining why it's the best game ever made. Bolo? Yeah, Bolo for the Mac.
Marco.
It was a tank.
What the fuck is Bolo?
Oh my god, you guys suck. Bolo was a very early...
Did you play anything on a cartridge?
Tank combat game for Macs. And it was one of the first LAN games that everyone got into in schools.
Bolo.
You know what? I'm just going to stop fucking talking.
Look how much you confuse Michael.
Did it look like that?
Yeah, it did fucking look like that.
Now there you go.
You were a fucking little
looks like
tank.
the Star Trek clipboard.
All right. You know what? Fuck you guys.
Fine.
Bolo.
Tyler's saying fuck us.
Oh,
I know. I get why. There must be 6 colors on that thing.
We're going to get a break. When we get back,
Spectre was so much better.
When we get back, we should have a lot of God of War 3 to talk about, a little Final Fantasy conversation, and
Bolo.
I'm Joel McHale from Blank Blank, and you're listening to TalkRadar.
You're working nuts off every day, a proud American all the way. Life is just a merciful blur when you pop a pisswasser. Pisswasser, this is beer. Drop drunk off of beer. I love drinking all day long. I beat my girlfriend while I sing this song. Pisswasser, cheap German lager for export only.
Power up. Let's take a break in the action to get a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Cole Hamels, and I'm here today to talk to you about something close to my heart, random grenades. Have you ever found yourself just walking down the street, minding your own business, when BAM! You look down and see a deadly explosive device attached to your uniform? I have, and let me tell you, it's not cool. So be cool, avoid random grenades. They're for pussies. What the fuck?
Brought to you by Fight Against Grenade Spam.
TalkRadar. This show am good.
Everybody, let me hear your radio voices. You're talking on mic again.
Hey, I'm talking on mic.
Why can't you do that all the time?
I am Tyler
Because
Wilde.
it's tiresome.
It's take it down 4 notches.
No.
Damn it, not all the way down there.
More like this.
There you go.
Oh, so I should talk like this for the rest of the show.
You sound very stern in a 1940s kind of way.
Do I?
Yes.
Ah.
Big Palooka playing his 360 over there.
I can't think of anything clever to come back to that with.
Me neither. TalkRadar 93.
No fucking Ray.
93. It's the future.
Dateline March 15th.
93. Games will be played with your hands. Women will once again join the video game force.
And the votes.
One thought was impossible. All right. I don't have any improv skills.
Yeah,
goodness.
They'll be melting down metal to make
In the year
move remote.
2010, we will be celebrating Jesus' 10th anniversary, ruling over a people made of pure energy.
Who knew he would come back and rule so sternly?
Not Tojo, that's for sure.
I can't believe Tojo's still around.
This Mock of the Beast ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, just a cartoon of Tojo just sort of staring at the ground and shaking his head while flying cars zoom all around him.
Did you like it?
Get out of here, Coach.
Oh, TalkRadar 93 segment 2.
Quick shout out to the TalkRadar fan voting awards that are going on at GamesRadar.com/forums. They're just having there's some voting going on.
Really? I know, but my ego's on the line.
Have a little fun.
I get scared.
Check it out.
And whether you know it or not, today is a special day.
Oh, birthday is
Sure is. Yeah.
a day.
List of ego.
You're kind of an asshole.
Why?
Because
What?
Keep moving.
Don't call him an asshole on his birthday.
It can be your birthday too.
No, it's just you haven't.
It's everybody's birthday.
You haven't you never mention your birthday. It just kind of appears out of nowhere. I'm just saying.
I didn't want to. You don't want to acknowledge the 30th. I hate asking.
Yeah, but you didn't acknowledge your 29th.
I know how it is.
Or
Like
28th.
everybody comes up to us like, so we're kind of having a birthday thing. Can you come out? I know it's a pain in the ass.
Right.
Like I don't want to contract people.
Which is precisely what I have.
Yeah, I don't want to come out and do it. I don't want to do anything. I just want to be like, I want to go play Final Fantasy. I don't.
On your birthday, doodly doo?
Come on.
Open presents, cake is.
I want to buy you a shot of drunkenness and watch you throw
Well,
up.
we're going out for Lizzie's birthday this weekend.
That's fine. That's not about my birthday. It's a part of it. Part of it is also my ego as well. I
Tell
don't
you
want
what,
to.
we're
What if I
gonna
invite
buy-
everybody
we're
and they
gonna-
don't show up?
We're going to get you a shot on Lizzie's birthday, but
Yeah.
it's for his birthday.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping.
We'll say it's for Liz's birthday. It won't be.
I'm hoping
I
my
hope she
girlfriend
doesn't
actually like surprises me with a visit Disneyland, like Charlie's fiance did. That was very sweet of her.
Something about games.
She
So the
already got you
games.
Conan tickets. so
Games.
fuck
Oh, can
you.
we say heart goes out to the IGN people who left this week? That was fucking tragic.
Yeah, if you hadn't heard,
Left is one way to put it.
IGN, despite in like I think the same press release saying that their audience grew 40% last year, they
Yeah, that
also
was
laid off
fucked up.
people in all aspects of the company,
It sucks.
including a lot from Team Xbox. The most notable of which to me was Andy Eddy, who's been in the industry like
Andy
since there was an industry.
Every time I get lunch, I see that guy.
He's just like everyone knows who he is, and he, among other things, he wrote Game Over, the Nintendo history of Nintendo book that I read.
I actually didn't know that.
He is
Well,
the
no,
coolest-
he didn't write the original, but he wrote
the update?
additional chapters in like the update version.
He's
so
the coolest guy with two first names.
He is. Yeah. But like
everybody I've ever met over there is really cool. I love the IGN guys.
and it sucks. It really
bummer.
sucks.
It does
It
suck.
also sucks that it's such a huge corporation.
And I complain behind the scenes in this building about how we don't have enough resources.
Yeah,
and
no,
how
I mean-
if IGN's having a hard time handling it,
Yeah.
what do I have to complain about? Maybe this is just hard.
I mean, we've had layoffs too. It's just not been anyone public facing, so you guys haven't heard about it. But
Thank God.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that.
yeah, it hasn't been us, so you don't know about it.
I will be the first to go.
Keep your fingers crossed.
New releases.
What came out this week?
Why, Brett? That's an excellent question. Dragon Age Origins Awakening.
Why? I really wish they would have just called it Dragon Age Awakening.
Yeah, like
Because
what was the point in
Origins,
that colon?
to me, Origins is.
It already originated. Now it's Awakening.
Yeah, I already got the fuck ass Origin.
And nobody calls it Dragon Age Origins
No,
or
no
Origins
one, no one.
or
Dragon-
DAO. No one says that either.
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves is when they do all this title bullshit. It's like the name of the game is Dragon Age. The public has spoken. Don't try to, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It became Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone called it. If everyone still called it COD 4, COD, COD, COD.
I think they did call Modern Warfare COD 4, but Modern Warfare 2 was very clear.
Yeah. It was
After like a year, though, even in the office, we stopped calling it COD 4, and we were just like Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Because World at War came out,
and
you needed
then
to differentiate.
we had to try to come up with some way to say Modern War, but MW sounds stupid, so we came up with Mawa Deuce.
I don't know. Mawadu.
Awakening has an 82 on Metacritic.
I don't know enough about it to bitch about it, but that price is steep, dude.
What is it?
I saw on Amazon, which is usually cheaper. It was $34.99.
Oh, for additional DLC.
Yeah, well, I think it may be like a legitimate expansion.
It's pricey.
Yeah, Team Xbox, who sadly was just laid
Jesus.
off, gave it a 7. Says 2/3 the price of Origins with 2/5 the content. So
not good.
Wow, that's specific. 2/5 the content. Huh?
So if Dragon Age left a train station and I haven't even played Dragon
was
Age.
there in a tree fell.
I have no interest. I have no interest in Dragon Age.
If a dragon fell,
if a dragon
what
fell in
I've
the
played
forest,
is pretty good.
It's not that I know it won't be good because I had no interest in Jade Empire because I didn't care for the setting until I actually played it and it was really good. But I just much rather play through Mass Effect. once.
Played through Mass Effect.
Second one once.
Forever.
And then it seems like I'd rather just play that again because they're all not virtually the same game, but
so good.
I really don't want to go to the fantasy setting.
Couldn't love Mass Effect 2 anymore.
Speaking of stupid names, Metro 2033.
Metro 23 is out this week.
Metroid,
is it out this
Metroid
week?
23. What?
According
to Amazon.
Yeah, the 16th. It's averaging an 82. We had a review up this week.
Really?
I edited it, so I had to read it.
Oh, you read the review.
Which, it basically said the shooting is terrible.
Right.
It's not good. But if you play the game kind of how it was meant, if you kind of forgive the game for that and play it carefully, stealthily, it's actually kind of amazing.
Which it is. It's supposed to be a survival horror
Yeah.
FPS, but they want you to take your shots carefully and
Right.
not run and gun.
So a lot of limited ammo and.
By take your shots carefully, we didn't work very hard on the shooting mechanics, and it sucks. But they said it's so atmospheric, so cool, just everything about everything. All the little details are great according to the reviews.
I have to admit,
so
I'm really
interested.
curious. I'm definitely
I kind of want to play it.
Please, tell us in the. I saw a commercial for it, and I had never really seen a game commercial that undersold its game more. I thought the commercial was terrible. It made it look to me like 4 or 5 years old. No, that's. I don't know. I got nothing else.
Probably what the review said basically is that it takes a lot from Half-Life. It's a very PC-esque shooter, and that it's kind of slow. The puzzles are kind of hey, how do you get through here? Oh, there's a vent you can go through, which is very Half-Life-y, very PC-ish, and it's not. But they haven't gotten rid of that for the consoles and made it sort of a Modern Warfare kind of full throttle thing. But that's cool. It's really atmospheric and cool. It sounds like fun.
Just got to interject. I saw just tweeted from Chinspired.
Love the Chinspired.
Chinspired on Twitter.
He's very Chinformational.
Chinformational. Watching Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
The
Chin Gauge.
Chinspired.
The Chin page. This is Chincessant Chin jokes.
Oh man, they are Chincessant.
Chindubitably. But he just tweeted this picture of, it says, "Trick this dumb Guido," and got a pic of his awful tiger with bejeweled teeth shirt. Look at this. The tiger's head is the whole shirt, and its teeth are fucking bedazzled jewels.
Wow, we'll have to put that on the page.
Which, we'll talk more about Twitter a little later. But what else came out this week?
Twitter.
Something called Residents of Fate.
Oh, that game that's going to die. That's going to die on its feet.
I made fun of that game, and I did an article on games that are doomed to die in 2010, and that was one of them because it came out on the same day as Final Fantasy. And I said that it would soon be resonating in bargain bins.
It managed to come out a week.
That is its fate.
It managed to come out a week later than, but it's averaging a 76.
Yeah, they read my article and they moved it. Is what happened.
Yeah, and so far, none of the U.S. outlets.
Henry's played it.
Have weighed in on it. Yeah, Henry reviewed it for P-Tom, so his review will be in there.
He said I think he said it's not very welcoming, but there's a good battle system.
If you look at the screens they've released, every one of them is kind of that stereotypical Japanese action angle with a guy holding his arm out with a gun at a low angle, and I'm just this looks like every JRPG I've ever seen ever in my life.
It's from Tri-Ace, who is most known for Star Ocean, and they did do Valkyrie Profile 2 Sumeria, which is very good.
But you know how they're trying to distinguish it from other Japanese product?
They're not.
They are. I'm saying the voice acting, because guess who's in it?
It's a fake. Real flowers aren't easy to come by.
North.
Oh, yeah.
Nolan North. Everybody is correct.
Who's in everything.
Who is in absolutely... I had this article prepped and ready for...
Oh, yeah.
I was playing the original God of War, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Nolan North.
Yeah.
This is weird. Turns out the video I wanted was not Nolan North.
He
is in the game somewhere.
Because a few days ago, you were like, Tyler... I was playing God of War, and I heard this guy, this weird character, and it's Nolan North. And then today, it's not Nolan North.
I don't know what I think it's
just him.
I got too excited, and I checked IMDb. I'm like, he's definitely in the game, and he is. He's Hades. He's in God of War 1.
He's James Woods.
He's yes.
I'm trying to relate to you.
He's in the game, but it wasn't him. But yes, Nolan North is in everything, and I even had a great list and picture ready of him as Desmond. He's in Alpha Protocol and Spec Ops.
Brother,
I forget which episode it is, but we did it.
We
it's
should get him
called
on the
Nolan
cast.
Void.
Come on,
can we get him? What if he did a voiceover for one of us on an entire podcast?
It looks like
That would be
he
amazing.
doesn't say no to anything.
Let's
We could
ask.
get him
So-
on.
Let's ask.
I think
He
we'll
can
get
he can play me in an entire podcast.
contact with his people. Didn't our boss used to represent him?
Oh, dude, I think he did.
Yeah.
Or at least new people. I think this can happen.
This
No.
can happen.
Don't
We're gonna
forget
get
this
Nolan
when we're
North.
too drunk to remember.
That
Don't
yeah,
forget.
our boss's old contacts at his agency. We get that and the living Swayze. This will be great.
Hell,
And the guy from Gremlins. He represented him too.
Judge Reinhold.
No, that'd be good. That wasn't in Gremlins. He was not in Gremlins.
Was he not in Gremlins?
I don't think so. Who are you thinking? You're thinking of the Zach dude, the all-American boy with the curly black hair.
Yeah.
That's Zach something or other.
I just tried to Google
Zach
search it.
something or
I
other.
typed in Germans.
Germlins. Germlins.
Gremlins. Everyone listening, watch
Germlins.
Gremlins,
The
please.
Prison Break, also out this week. The Conspiracy, which I only mentioned because they sent us a bar of butt soap.
Yeah, they send us a bar of soap on a rope
that said to wash your taint.
with like a little note that just says something like bend over and grab your ankles to wash away the taint of everyday life.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, anal rape jokes, funny
For your canceled TV show?
Hey, it worked for Norm Macdonald.
That's what I was wondering. Is that we'll write an article for you, but you really would have worked out better for you if you had a TV show that wasn't canceled.
It's just like that.
to coincide with
It's
your
like putting out the Alias game when
Not only that, but that's the joke everyone makes about prison all the time.
Yeah, but
every
I like
day.
that somebody there was a discussion. There was a bunch of people in a meeting, and they decided to go with the anal intrusion joke.
Wow, there's somebody in Gremlins whose name was Harry Carey.
You know who Harry Carey is?
Harry Carey?
Yeah.
No.
It's a sportscast.
Yeah, Sportscat. Will Ferrell does them all the time. Hi!
Oh, all right.
I host a show about the
Also has
universe.
Phoebe Cates.
Oh my God, she's beautiful. Why did Kevin Kline have to
pretty sure
come out of homosexuality to marry her?
Pretty sure everyone named Phoebe is beautiful. It's just a good name.
What about the dumbass from Friends?
Oh, forget that.
There you go.
Lisa Kudrow?
Theory out the window.
I don't know. Kudrow could have been hot in a time.
Command and Conquer 4, Tiberian Twilight is also out this week.
Man, they just won't stop.
I can't get excited every week. There's a Command and Conquer game out.
When was 3?
I loved Command and Conquer,
What,
but
like
it's just been every
a year
5
or two
seconds.
ago?
There's one like almost every year.
Yeah.
And
Tiberian Sun and
It's
I
getting
don't-
stupid. It used to be an event when the Command and Conquer game came out. It used to
Generals.
be like, holy shit, a new Command and Conquer. Now it's just like, oh, another one. Kind of like Tony Hawk.
I'll just throw this on the
Guitar
pile, shall I?
Hero.
My only experience with Command and Conquer was when I was still a PC gamer. So my computer would run that shit, but the moment they went Pentium and all this 3D acceleration, I
Pentiums,
lost
man.
it. Yeah, but I was
Ooh.
big into Warcraft 1 and 2, and I was like, okay, I want to try this Command and Conquer shit. It's like Warcraft.
Hardcore.
How's that a baby
It
thing?
was an accident. It was an accident.
It's it's like Warcraft, but with guns and troops and shit. It's gonna be
Totally,
so
it
cool.
is, man.
The first thing I did was highlight 3 units and click to tell them to go somewhere, and it didn't. So I turned it off and uninstalled it. Like, I literally was so annoyed that it didn't control.
You didn't like the control scheme, so you
Yeah, it was
uninstalled that
It was
shit.
like I was like, I want to play Warcraft, but with army. And then the moment the controls didn't work exactly the same, I was like, this is stupid.
No, I loved Warcraft, and I loved Command and Conquer, and I loved Red Alert, and I went crazy with Red Alert. Editing the INI file, if any of you played that,
yeah.
to mess with like what the troops did. I made Tesla helicopters. I was all into that shit. But now they
one of my
they put
friends
in another
tried.
one every time I get
One of
a
my
boner.
friends went into my QBasic and changed. This is related. He went in. He was able to change at the top of QBasic. You know how it says like file, open, export, or what? Compile.
Yeah, we know that.
Compile. I don't know how he did it, but he changed them so they said fuck, bitch. Probably can't say that one. Damn it. But like he just changed all the things. So then I'm like, well, I'm just doing my QBasic homework, Mom. I'll be. Oh God. Well, let me
Basic homework.
Let me go file quit. It says fuck ass.
No,
and then years later, I gave that computer to my sister, and hilarious.
Who could never play Snake properly.
Who could never
Did
write
you
her
guys ever
own
have logo?
Logo?
Remember the little turtle? You
God,
type
what
in
is
an
with you
equation?
tonight?
I know,
Jesus
it's-
Christ.
come
Yes,
on.
I remember logo.
Yeah,
Fuck
fucking
you.
logo.
What's
Fuck
logo?
you and your logo. That was the
Logo-
worst thing ever.
The channel.
Logo's
That was Programming Vertices the game.
Logo's an educational programming language with a little turtle
Oh, yeah, I did that.
that would draw out equations you put in.
I don't know how the fuck you got turtle out of that little dot either.
Yeah, it was
because
a turtle,
it came with a turtle.
goddammit.
I was in the gifted program. We were the only people in Florida with computers.
Had the turtle robot.
We had the turtle robot
on a piece of paper.
He held a pencil in his rectum. You told him where to go. Latitudes and longitudes. Boom, you got a line.
So
turtle.
Pokemon came out this week.
Pokemon came out last week and stuff.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes to probably, I would guess everyone listening's probably, if you identified with any Pokemon.
I'm sorry, I really don't know. They are remakes.
They're remakes of Gold and Silver from 2000. Okay. I feel like if anyone listening, I mean, everyone is of the age where you probably have some exposure to it, and if you had any like deep nostalgia, I feel like Gold and Silver are the ones that everyone like really got into. I didn't. I did Red and Blue and then skipped the rest until Platinum.
Interesting.
Diamond and Pearl. I know, it is really interesting.
Wow, yeah, Pokemon.
Yeah,
He's fucking holding all the Pokemon.
All the Pokemon.
Oh, it's one of the best videos.
Yeah, Brad Elston holding
Ain't
water
no
Pokemon.
dragon.
You don't know anything about
no dragon.
Charizard.
Charizard.
I don't know. We could just...
What the fuck is with this Charizard bullshit? Hey, man.
What are you talking about? You can fuck up that
Yo, when I
Pikachu.
gotta unspool the fucking thunder, I bring out my goddamn Charmander. He throws shit all over the floor. No other Pokemon can be... Dude, he is wicked effective.
God. Fucking Guido's in
He is
Pokemon
wicked
stuff.
effective.
He's wicked effective.
There's nothing you can do
I
against
feel
him.
like I've missed out on something.
He's unstoppable.
Snorlax! You're looking at the Snorlax.
Goddamn, dude, you don't know shit about Pokemon, man. This is my fucking game.
No, that's Snorlax will fuck up your Charizard.
Dude, you are talking out of school here. Look at fucking Pikachu, man. He's like made of electricity. He's the fucking Zeus of Pokemon. I'm holding my fingers like an Italian.
The Snorlax is wicked sleepy, though.
Snorlax, he puts people to sleep. So fuck what? Squirtle shoots something in your eye. Try and fight blind, motherfucker. Again, wicked effective. You can't compete with that.
That's a fun game.
Anyway,
Pokemon?
what were you saying?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
And actually, Carolyn has been promoting
the
Pokemon.
We're having a
competition.
We're having a Pokemon tournament in the office.
All 493 Pokemons.
Yeah.
Right on a GamesRadar website.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
we have
about.
a big Pokedex. I mean, if you're playing, we have a Pokedex. We have
Pokedex.
a guide how to catch shinies. We have a ton of Pokemon content. So just, I mean, if you care, which most of you probably don't, but it's seriously fun. And if you get into it, you know how.
Fuck up! You don't know shit about Pokemon.
You don't know shit about Pokemon.
It's a fucking black hole. If you get sucked in, it's over.
Leave it to the Pokedex.
Should we explain what we're making fun?
What is it? It's like just some Jersey shithead kids talking very vulgarly and passionately about Pokemon.
They're just like.
I remember I saw it. I had to send it to like Mike Grimm. Like, is this?
We'll find it.
Are these guys accurate?
We'll put it on the
Can you play it in a break?
I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it a break. It's pretty foul too.
It is pretty foul.
That is pretty foul. It's a bunch of guys cursing at me. Look at that fucking dude. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I just want to improv more with Jersey Pokemon fans. I don't know any more Pokemon though.
Meowth. What?
Meowth.
Meowth is a Pokemon.
Give me a Pokemon, Elston. Let me see what I can do with this.
Sentret.
Sentret? What the fuck does he do? How do you Sentret something?
Octillery.
Octillery? That's 4-tillery. You bring your artillery, I bring
that would be
artillery.
That would be
He's 8-tillery.
That's what Napoleon's doing when he's having a war.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Artillery.
Your whole life is your Waterloo when you play me in Pokemon against my artillery. I will bring you the fuck down because
Shut the fuck up! You don't know shit about Pokemon.
don't know shit about Pokemon.
No, you don't.
You don't. Get the fuck out of this house.
Remember
You don't know
how on
about
Cartoon
Pokemon.
Network Sailor Moon used to come on after Pokemon?
Nah, that's not happening
You
anymore,
didn't turn
'cause
off the TV, did you? You watched that shit.
Nah, it's the Pokemon.
No,
no one
you
cares
watched
about anything
Sailor
but
Moon.
the Pokemon. No, fuck the Sailor Moon. I don't even jerk off to Sailor Moon anymore. All I can jerk off to is Pokemon. A girl with a pink hair.
Snorlax. That's the only one I know.
What are you gonna do? Bada bing, bada boom, done. Pokemon. I'm there in time for the closing song.
Make me a sandwich.
You're my best friend, right there through the end. Pokemon.
You teach me.
I gotta catch them all. Man, I'm wicked catching up in here.
You know what? You know what else came out this
So
week?
please, somebody say another game name to do anything else.
Okay. God of War Tree.
Yes.
God of War Tree.
Which is averaging a 93.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's huge.
A bunch of perfect scores.
Yep.
So Kratos!
Because it's a perfect game.
Yeah, what is with this Kratos? I guarantee.
It's Kratos cutting the heads off.
I guarantee I got a fart
pronounce
lax.
it like my grandmother.
Kratos? What's wrong with Kratos?
Kratos Mario, what?
Kratos.
Go put some more mayo on this Kratos.
I don't want that shit with shredded Kratos. Get it away. Get it away.
Nicely done.
I'm on a high protein diet.
I'm drunk.
We are halfway through the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
So talk about this game. I'll remain respectful.
How are we supposed to argue we're better than the other podcast? We just did that for like 10 minutes.
Clearly we're not.
God of War 3.
God of War 3 is coming out. No, let's talk like Long Island shitheads with vague Pokemon references.
Sure, why not?
Oh, man.
God of War.
The Greek situation, that's my name. What?
Situation.
Well, it's a fantastic game, if you let me talk about it.
I do. We do.
Yeah, all right.
I'm surprised no one had a strapline that was my big fat Greek funeral.
God damn it! Where were you when I was writing this shit?
That was.
So, yeah,
I wanted groans. I didn't want any laughs.
that was good.
I'll give you the Boo Kids.
Fuck you, kids! Shut up.
They hate your joke.
Give me all those Pokemon back.
Shut the fuck up, you.
Anyway, Kratos, God of War.
Yeah, gave it a 10. Wrote the review. Wrote the guide. Kind of sick of it now, but it's a fantastic game.
The guide is massive. The guide is
Oh my
great.
god.
It actually has
my
less
car.
stuff to collect than the other God of War games. Yeah, because previously it's like you'd have to collect something like 5 Gorgon eyes or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah,
to boost the magic. Or
Right, you said it
life
was more
meter.
forgiving in a way.
Yeah, it is because you only have to do 3 in order to boost your
3?
meter. Yeah,
Holy shit.
and I found out, interestingly enough, and this is sort of reflected in the guide, that if you miss any, there are more. Like you can find a bunch. Like I found a bunch more hidden chests after I had found all the power ups.
So you can get redundant power-ups.
No, what it does is it gives you red orbs.
Oh.
But there are just more. Like if you miss
It's just
anything, there are
backups.
more opportunities to get it.
What level of difficulty were you playing on?
I was playing on easy because I wanted to blast through it quickly. I'd already finished it.
All
on
I know about the game
Yeah.
is that I walked into our capture room and there was just titties everywhere.
Yeah.
And
we'll
Nico
get to that.
Bellic
We'll get
would
to
have
that.
loved it.
It's basically, they should have
cousin
just called
titties.
it Titty Knife, the game.
Beautiful. Elson is on point.
Call back to the first podcast.
As opposed-
Michael, get it?
What?
Did you get that?
Yes.
You interrupted his flow.
Please, cousin titties.
Let's get Dan Amrick in
Please,
here.
cousin titties. It sounds better when you say it like this.
I really like that voice. What is that?
I don't know.
Let's give that
Is that
character
Alf?
a name.
What are you doing?
Help the computer.
Oh!
Please.
You are doing the voiceovers.
It sounds like Shy
Unintentionally.
Fonzie.
It took me a second to remember where it came from.
Shy Fonzie.
The voiceovers to G.I. Joe. I'm a computer.
Oh, fuck, kid.
Pork chop sandwiches.
And conversation
Shy
evolves.
Fonzie. I don't know. The jukebox will work.
Maybe
I guess
if
I could
happen
kick
or
it.
This
Maybe he'll
podcast
turn
is
on.
done.
Get a written-
Shut it off, Chris. Shut it off.
Get a written letter of consent from the owner. I could kick it if you want.
God of War.
God of War.
God of War 3's the shit, man.
God of War. Whatever. That's your thing.
Yeah, oh man, you like the swords on the chains? It's got the swords on the chains. Oh my god!
Holy shit! I'm going so fast. Oh fuck!
What the fuck? Wow.
Love the fucking game.
Anyway, God of War's good.
I just want to look at it and I've said it before. I'm playing through the original God of War collection. Those games hold up very fucking well for that era of PS2 games.
Yeah.
And
yeah, totally.
Was it the easiest 10 you've ever given?
Just about, yeah. Yeah.
What?
It would. See, Brett fucking hates
Brett
God.
I'll remain due to.
Really, it's more about the platform it's on, isn't it, Brett? You hate it because it's on PS3.
Me and PS3.
Because Sony hasn't given you as much money as Microsoft.
They've given me a little, but not enough.
Right.
When they give me enough, I'll give it a 10.
Right.
Right now, fucking 6.
When they can PlayStation move the cash.
No, it's just. Oh.
Heyo.
Boing.
Boing.
I don't know. It's There's no point. There's no point.
What's your problem with it, sweet?
I agree.
My thing is the whole series. Like I don't like it at all.
But I'm noticing a bit of a trend. I don't know if you still like combo beat 'em up games.
The thing is, I like Bayonetta more than I don't
But
like.
you said you did not like Bayonetta.
And I do exactly. I don't even like Bayonetta, but I like it more than I like God of War. And because I do like Devil May Cry, which was fine. My problem with God of War is its preponderance of QuickTime events. I really hate
that. That is so not true.
No, it's not.
I've gone back and played through like both the games. Like, there's not a lot of QuickTime events. They're usually like after you kick the shit out of a boss to a point where you.
No, I'm
get
talking
to a
about running up and doing anything like.
Oh no, there's some dated stuff in the older games where every time you have to kill a Minotaur by pinning him down and jamming.
I played the God of War 3 demo, and the first not skeleton I fought was a centaur that like while I'm trying to watch the cool shit that's happening, I miss the button inputs because I'm going, wow, this looks fucking amazing.
Here's the thing that they improved this a great deal from the demo to the retail product in that the demo flashes buttons on the sides and it's a pain in the ass because previously they just flashed in the center of the screen.
Right.
So what the retail game does is it still flashes the buttons at the edges of the screen, but there's a little white flash. And the same buttons always show up in the same place.
Right.
So you can focus on the action.
Yeah, you don't even have to look at it.
If you see a white flash out of your peripheral vision in a certain direction, you just know to hit that button.
I saw it. I thought it looked pretty novel.
I just don't like that at all. I want either a quick, just brief, the exact same scene happens with no button inputs that I can go, yeah, fucking tear that thing's eye out.
Play Darksiders, because that shit happens over and over.
Well, the thing is, I don't want it over and over either. I just show some restraint one way or the other. Either make me have to systematically destroy this thing, and let me be the one that tears its eye out without because when you're fighting a boss in God of War, like fighting any of the huge bosses in the first game, and I'm just mashing on buttons forever, swinging my fucking fiery swords around, reducing a life bar, but nothing's actually happening. I'm just doing the same combos over and over, and a life bar's going down.
I think you didn't miss something.
No, I didn't miss a damn thing. But then all of a sudden, when the life bar goes down, now when I cut him, I cut his skin, and now suddenly my weapons are effective, and now it cuts through his belly and his guts fly out. When I'm like, I just spent 60 seconds doing that. It's really.
What'd you give Street Fighter again?
I didn't.
Nobody was bruised. Why does that matter?
No, because I punch
it's a
guy.
Fucking video game. Why does this suddenly matter?
Why does this matter to you?
Because it's so gruesome. But then I spend all this time wearing down a huge boss, and it's reduced to just pushing triangle. I just don't like that.
It's a fatality.
That's one button. Or two buttons.
Look,
and a prompted on the screen. There's no skill to it at all. It's just the thing I don't like.
I played the original God of Wars, and I was kind of lukewarm to them. I didn't give a shit really, and then I really think it was. I cannot call anything I've ever done professionalism. But after enduring a lot of different games, the quality in God of War is immediately evident at this point. It's a fucking godsend.
No, I don't discount the quality, the production, everything that goes into it. I can tell it's a great game. That stuff really, it's a personal pet peeve. I can't deal with it.
If you can't handle beat 'em ups anymore, I don't want you taking out on God of War.
No, if you wouldn't have brought it up, I don't rail against it freely. But when
you were grumbling when we were talking about how awesome it was.
Well, because you're bringing it up, and I can sit here and be silent
because it came out this week.
I'll take Brett's side. I mean, I never really was into the God of War series.
Because it's not on DOS. What do you care?
Fuck you.
I fully recognize the quality, and I really do want to like it. I'm kind of upset with myself that I can't get over this hump. But I really can't. I can't enjoy it.
And I just really feel like I'm running forward and then pressing a sequence of buttons, and I don't like.
And the thing, he's so mad. Yeah, great. Wow, every character's mad.
I'm mad for reasons.
Dude, I think
lots of characters are mad for reasons.
Kratos is a different character altogether.
I don't know.
He's motivated solely by revenge for the death of his family. He's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he also killed his family, so
I don't care.
It's weird.
I also don't need motivation to play a beat 'em up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
It's nice that it's there.
I don't think you need that motivation to enjoy the game. I couldn't believe there was a review out there that took issue with the story.
Not only that,
I would never criticize the game.
The story.
Yeah, I would the story. I don't care. I thought it's cinematic. It's beautiful. That's fine.
In playing the first one, I was overwhelmed by how well they told the story behind it. I love that the origins aren't revealed for a long time. You're left to guess, and it's not brought about at the end, but just something you earn to know more about the character that is honestly to me was pretty fascinating. Sorry, I'm having a little God of War renaissance.
I want someone to make a God of War style game with the mechanics of Bushido Blade, and then I will come all over the place.
Oh, why don't you just become a real samurai then? Jesus Christ!
You know you're not going to get any better at fighting with a sword than playing Bushido Blade.
But I love Bushido Blade. I love the idea that
not everything can be Bushido Blade. Must we have this conversation?
Okay, I want it to be Bolo, Bushido Blade, and Zork the Grand Inquisitor, and that would be my ideal game.
That you know you're not going to get any better, Crack, which is inspired by Guitar Hero. Somebody actually said that to me when I was in fucking college playing this game before Guitar Hero was ever out. They're like just sitting there watching, and it's this girl, and she's like, but you know, you wouldn't get any better at like fighting with a sword playing this game. It's like, no! You fucking moron!
I had no idea. I thought this would teach me swordplay.
Yeah.
They lied to me on the box I didn't read.
If I can play with the stereotype.
I was about to open a dojo, and
you're not.
Thank God you told me.
You're not going to look any better just by watching The Biggest Loser on NBC.
Lady.
Big old burn.
Sorry, you're still fat.
Burn.
Women, they should just lose some weight.
Oh man,
stolen from The Onion.
Make me some food.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm really loving the original God of Wars, and of course, no game's perfect. We have to take that stance because we're in the realm of professional reviewers and not Jim Sterling. and
hey, lay off.
But I'm completely behind everything he's ever said.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to play by the same rules as every other reviewer.
Yeah, it is fortunate.
And I envy him for it, but I can't do it. They're almost perfect games, the original ones, and the only thing that's dated about them are a couple of things of how long they take, which all of that has evolved in the last 5 years. So I have a feeling God of War 3 is really going to, I don't know, not a lot of long quick time events, not a long finishing moves.
The quick time events that are there are short and satisfying. There's only a couple times when you run into a press X to not die sort of thing, and I thought those were like the low points of the game. But you know, I really like the fatalities.
Short and satisfying.
Those aren't repetitive.
Was my Friday night.
I really just don't like it. The game itself, great, fine.
I thought I didn't like it either, and I really went back. I'm just going to check out the first. The first one, it completely, it totally had me. But I've done it seriously. I've done it like once. I haven't done it in like 3 years, but I just sat down. Let me see what this is all about.
That's
it really worked for me.
I mean, that's exactly what I did. The game had been out for 2 years. I was like, I'm going to give this a try. I keep hearing it. Then I played it like 2 years ago, and I was like, man, this shit's just
completely
bothering the shit out of me.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
We have audio.
We have audio from God of Juarez. God of Juarez.
God, Twitter, get off over capacity. Buy some fucking servers.
I'm trying to tweet something right now that's very important.
They're going to need money to do that.
I know.
They're going to have to.
We ran into some Twitter guys last week in our GDC escapades, and they said they don't make any money on Twitter.
We are running low on libations. It's going to be liquor time soon. Stay tuned, children. This is about to get interesting. We got a War audio. I was a little surprised. For some reason, I don't read enough previews and upcoming things as I should. I tend to focus on a game right when it's coming out. I didn't know God of War had celebrities in it.
It does.
And Michael turned me on to this man. Let's see if anybody can guess who this is.
That is what is first. Next. I will take the gift of warriors. Ice Stone. That will give me the power to bring my son back to me.
The guy who played Gollum.
Andy Serkis? No, think older. A little of the old.
The guy who played Gollum in the future when he's
little of the old in out.
The guy who played Gollum on Heroes.
Is that Malcolm McDowell?
Yes. It is Malcolm McDowell. Caligula.
Wow. Did you like that I knew your reference?
Yeah. You got a Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, come on.
Holy shit, there's very few capes in that. All right, sorry, Elsie.
Oh, man.
No, you know why I watched it?
School girl.
No, Malcolm McDowell voiced Metallo in the Superman cartoon.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, man, I really like that guy's voice.
Terrible lead-in.
That's not true. I just thought it'd be funny.
That's terrible.
And one of my favorites, I demanded, Michael, please show me. I did not know this guy was in here. One of my new personal heroes. The man just got drunk, broke into a bank by kicking through the glass and waved the gun in the air for no reason other than he's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Rip Torn.
Fell asleep, if I remember.
Tell me, has Aphrodite conquered another god of war?
That is a question you should ask your wife.
something else. Kratos' voice.
It's never not like this. It's the end of time. Hello. I'm never gonna get another chance to play the Larry Sanders Show theme.
I want to ask
Rip Torn
why the Sewer Shark escalating guitar riff isn't a meme yet, because I feel like it should be after everything Kratos says.
All right. Let me see if I can isolate that.
That'll be pretty tough.
Question you should ask your wife.
Yeah.
No, it should absolutely be something.
Should have been on the ball. God of War. This is more Rip Torn. Does anybody? I know he's old, and I've seen his appearances on 30 Rock. Rip Torn. He's on the Larry Sanders Show.
Character's dead now.
His character's dead now.
Yep.
But
this is audio from which God of War?
3.
Yeah,
Oh,
3.
okay.
He plays Hephaestus.
And he dies in 3?
I'm not going to say.
You just said his character.
No, his
dead.
character on 30 Rock is dead.
Oh, okay.
Chris mentioned.
But he's so old, and he's only been in the news for like running around with guns and being drunk and just hilarious.
Well, the first thing for me is him being in Freddy Got Fingered.
He's in Freddy Got Fingered.
Where he
I wish he
turns
was
dead.
my dad.
Yeah. And he sounds so drunk and old here.
I thought you sought only the flame. What could you possibly wanted? No!
Mine.
Stay away from her! Stay away from Pandora, Kratos! You are the reason she is in the labyrinth! The reason I live here!
God, I got it, dude. Don't.
Kratos!
A little bit hammy.
Yeah, it seems really hammy.
I like Rip Torn. Rip Torn can do no wrong.
He's a genius.
With a name like Rip Torn.
He's a genius.
Yes.
He's a genius. If only for naming himself that alone.
Who breaks into banks and falls asleep.
What a criminal mastermind. If you get caught, like, I'm just sleeping here. I'm old.
I fell into the window by being asleep.
Oh, man.
But guess what God of War has again?
A certain voice actor?
Well, what do you associate with God of War? It's what most notorious for.
Me?
What? Not Nolan. Don't rub that in. I wrote an article for no reason.
Quick time.
You ever wrote an article on something you're wrong about?
Yes.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, it hurts. That was a lot of paragraphs. I worked on.
I've never gotten to the point of finishing an article.
The
about
Green
something I was
Green
wrong
Day
about.
feature that I put up on Monday about Green Day Rock Band. The entire intro I was like, and then read something about it. I was like, just rewrite intro.
There goes every anecdote.
That's happened.
In terms of writing, sometimes that shit can ruin your tone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
God of War is notorious for what kind of interstitial, a scene,
quick time event.
Right.
What are you talking about? Oh, the
Sex
boobies?
scenes.
The boobies, the sex scenes. And I thought it was funny that all the old God of War sex scenes kind of don't really sound much like sex, other than like Kratos tearing women limb from limb. And I wanted to see if this one was a little different. So what's the scenario here? Is this Aphrodite?
Yes, it is. It happens fairly late in the game, just when you think there isn't going to be a sex sequence at all.
Wait, does he bang Aphrodite?
He does bang Aphrodite.
Jesus Christ.
And the thing is, while other games have had a vase, a peeing statue, and a candlestick that just sort of
Please go
jump
see these
around
pictures.
while he bangs them, this one actually has 2 naked servant girls, or half-naked servant girls. You see their tits, and they just kind of stand there.
I got it all.
And absent-mindedly fondle each other.
I got it all.
Jesus Christ.
God, this is the.
I meant I love God of War. What the fuck?
Kratos, it's been far too long. You can still share my bed.
I have no time for games, Aphrodite.
Because what? He needs to like get across a bridge, and she's the only one who can help him. So he has
No time for games.
He has to fuck her.
No, you don't actually have to fuck her. You can
really.
She just, if you say no, you get a choice. And if you say no, she just says like, my husband's through that portal. Go talk to him."
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
or destroy my womb.
And then it cues the audio we heard earlier with Rip Torn, because he's.
Is that? Oh, that's the husband.
Yeah, he's Hephaestus.
And yeah, like I said, the original 2 sounded like he was murdering women in their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they screamed in ecstasy. Let's see how this God of War sex scene sounds.
Sounds like he's stabbed.
It's a little violent.
Why are there sword sound effects?
It's a little violent. It lets you know you're pressing the right button, and I don't know.
His dick is made of sharpened
what
metal.
sexual move is being replicated when you shake the analog stick back and forth.
Yeah, I've never tried that. Maybe I should.
I'd like to think it's like you're boxing a nipple.
Oh man, chicks love that.
They really do.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just be as rude and insensitive as you can. It goes a long way.
Just slap their tits over and over. They like that.
Yeah, that sounds of a sword was probably just him hitting her in the face with his dick. Women love that shit.
Oh man, so many successful evenings with that.
Here's a little more, and like what Michael said, instead of just being like a bumping table, like end table,
right,
are her two servants getting so hot and naked, listening to this. Well, you said there was a line like here. Listen to them once.
Such power. If it's this good watching, just imagine. Jesus.
That is really.
I want to have two random women watching me fuck and being like,
"Oh, look at
wow, I'm getting
this
off
is
watching
awkward."
this.
What I really liked about
annoying.
this is that one woman had giant tits that I thought were a Kuma's necklace, and then the other one
some people laugh.
had little tiny baby tits.
It's something for everybody.
I know. I admired they went that far. We didn't get
tastes.
We didn't get to capture it, but didn't they say something?
Yeah, there's a line that comes up occasionally. It came up for me the very first time I ever played this scene, where they're like, "This is intended for mature audiences only. Parents should not let their children watch." Exactly.
Shing, shing. Yeah, this is when it starts to get good.
Is he going to? By the gods! I grow jealous of our mistress.
Is he going
and
to?
right when that happens,
no
the two
visual
servants who are
context.
watching just take one another to the floor and get it on.
Why did they turn into like California high school girls? By the gods! Oh my god!
I believe
what?
Those guys are doing it.
Oh my god! They're totally
right before Kratos got
say
there.
that when you walk into the room,
They're already doing it, right?
Yeah, like the three of them, Aphrodite and her two girlfriends.
And she excuses
Oh my god!
them.
Totally, they totally are.
She excuses them with a line, "I wish I had on here," and she just says, "Bitches leave."
Yeah.
That was
Be gone.
That was Clarence Bodiger from RoboCop. I apologize, but this is Kratos finishing up.
Don't come!
He's washing it off.
Well, bam!
My friend.
Gods have truly blessed you, Kratos.
That's the sound of a trophy.
I did not add the trophy sound. That was Michael getting a trophy.
Oh god! I wish I heard that sound.
That was
after
Michael
every
getting an
time.
actual trophy after a long good fuck.
Yep.
Good for you, Michael Rapara.
Thank you.
I just feel creepy about fucking a goddess like of that's
Yeah,
she's
man.
the goddess
Aphrodite.
of love, so it's like how could
It's like you're fucking a metaphysical concept.
Dude,
That's
Aphrodite's
awesome.
fucked up. She
it's
fucked
like
her
fucking
son.
the word sex.
She is crazy.
How do you
On
do?
Sesame Street.
look at some of that
Well, like
goddamn.
you sort of lift up the S.
It's like on Wonder Shows, and where the two letters do it.
Mexico. Hi ho, we're here to fuck the word sex.
We are adults.
Oh man, what the fuck? I cannot believe I
Adults.
thought we were gonna have like a morose podcast. This has been one of the silliest
This is
shows.
hilarious.
I think we're just blowing off steam from the last couple.
I suppose.
Last week I was in a dreadful mood.
So Michael Raparez
Yes, Chris
gives
Antista.
you are recommending. I'm guessing God of War 3.
Yeah, just the sex scene though. The rest of it's crap.
Yes, that could somehow be DLC.
No, seriously.
No, it's a wonderful game. I loved it.
I want at least like an achievement or trophy sound effect after sex every time.
Here's the thing. I loved it. It was everything I wanted out of it, but you know what I wanted basically was more of the same, and
Right.
it gave me a
Only
lot
better.
more than that. It looks amazing. I think that the gameplay's been fine tuned to the point where it's much better than the previous two games. But you know, if you don't like God of War to begin with, Brett,
I'm waiting.
You may not like this one.
I got him. Everybody, you and Veronica teased it a little bit last week. The Poseidon battle.
Yes.
And the second-person view.
Ah,
dude,
love that scene.
You ready, Brett? Battletoads. Remember the first
right,
Battletoads?
Yeah. You're throwing rocks at the bar.
Yeah. Now imagine you doing that as Kratos.
Yeah, whatever. It's no bolo, but nice try.
No, I gotta say
Very
the only
good.
thing that's not like I'm not 100% turned off from 3 is this promise of scale of fighting these massive like living bosses.
That's what I was so amazed by.
Because Shadow of the Colossus is one of my favorite games ever.
When you go into Pandora's box, that scale is still there on the PS2, and I can't wait to see what it looks like on the PS2.
Yeah, and I mean that's interesting me, but I don't know what I played of it so far, which admittedly was only at E3 and then at Comic-Con and then the demo that's on PSN.
And again, it's part of where I am now, where like I just want a very straightforward 8-hour experience.
Yeah.
God of War is always that.
I just did that with Bayonetta and really regret paying $60.
Bayonetta was like 30% cutscenes.
It was a lot of cutscenes, but it had just enough of those homages to Sega nostalgia that I really was able to.
Telling you, you should try it again.
But the thing, segueing, and if we want to talk about FF13 now, if we're done with God of War.
Although I will say one more thing.
Please.
The actress who plays Athena, they got a new one this time. Like the last one had a British accent. And while I don't have any audio of her, I just want to say she sounds almost exactly like Erin Esurance. I know it's not the same actress.
Oh,
but
hello.
She sounds a lot like her.
Esurance, the pink-haired girl from Esurance?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Esurance.com.
Save money online.
Quote print. Buy quote print. How does it go?
Affleck. She talks like a very warm-hearted robot.
I tried to let their marketing
flow.
I tried to let their marketing work on me and be like, you know what? When I had to buy car insurance, I was like,
you know what? I'm going to listen to the cartoon.
I am going to go check out Esurance because that pink-haired girl is pretty hot. And I go and look. Nope, Mercury was the cheapest. Sorry. The boringest, most straightforward, asinine commercials had the cheap. Not Geico.
You should have gone with that lizard.
No, I checked Geico. I really did.
Man.
I checked because that shit is expensive.
Well, I heard there's another company that'll check other insurances, and sometimes they're cheap. And sometimes
I thought the same thing, but did you know they all do that? And it does not matter. You can check that shit yourself. True.
Somebody's question in my hand is raised.
Yes, you in the back there.
Does anybody cover Godzilla insurance? Because I can't guarantee that a big old monster's not going to come through here and step on my
Sir, you don't live in no
Dotree?
I do not mean to be doing Bill Dotree, but that's just the way it is. I did not know I could do it. I hadn't. All right, great.
FF13 then Perfect Dark. Just because
Sure.
this segues.
Sure.
Since we're done with God of War 3, like you were saying where you're like, it's tuned to perfection, and the reviews are like 100. Yet everyone concedes that it's more of the same.
Yes, but the same was amazing.
Nonetheless, it's the fourth time they've done the same thing. And even if it is done better or to a higher degree, it is still like no one is willing to hold that against this series for some reason. Yet FF13
because it hasn't. It's nowhere near as oversaturated.
Yeah, it's still fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of Final Fantasy games the past 5 years.
Dude,
there was 12, and then there was 13.
There have been. They remake them on every portable console. They're all over the place. Final Fantasies are remade all the time, and we, as journalists, pretend like they're new, and we, as fans, play them all over again. So Final Fantasy has been revisited plenty.
That has nothing to do with 13, which is nothing like any that came before.
Oh, I'm completely on your side with 13, and I know people are upset about 13.
I just I couldn't get why. Like, here's a game that actually did everything different and really tries, and I really think yes, it is super linear, but other than an overworld that gives you the illusion of a free choice, the games are remarkably linear.
Usually, yeah.
I've played 7, 9, 10,
just normally
1, 2, 3, 4.
You get to, I don't even want to say progress, but you get to advance at your own pace. That doesn't really happen with 13.
No, 13 definitely pushes you along, but I do feel it's a great evolution of what a JRPG needs to be. What are RPGs if nothing but a story? You're supposed to care about the story. To me, a story gets diluted when I'm caught in 15 hours of dungeon crawling and. For some games, that's fine, but for a game like Final Fantasy, the story is the reason you're playing. The two things the two reasons you play Final Fantasy, the story and the battle system, which is why they change both of those every time. And I really like the paradigm system a lot. Like people,
That's
are like,
what I was gonna say.
It plays itself. The
It
fuck
plays
it
itself.
does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
It doesn't.
Anyone
It doesn't
who says
come
that
down.
is wrong.
It doesn't come down to throwing a single spell at a single enemy anymore. It's all about changing your paradigm system.
You have to constantly.
Tyler's looking at me like I'm nuts.
Right, your paradigm system. So we're gonna get the synergy of the.
No, it's
Great joke, Tyler. Great joke.
Oh no, environment!
I think in that respect that was quite admirable because they preserved a system where yes, you can play a turn-based Final Fantasy RPG the way you always have.
Yeah.
Or you could focus on this paradigm system and you will murder ass.
Yeah. It really does matter. Like you could spend 7 minutes on this one fight, or if you're going to bother to play the game, you could rip through this asshole in a minute.
Does it have complexity? Because paradigm system sounds like something an SEO.
It's a terrible name. It really is, but it's pretty much picking your battle formation like with your two people and what classes they are.
What classes they are, and you can customize them.
Yeah, I was picking my battle formation in Bolo, so whatever.
No, you weren't.
It's different than that, but it was not quite so pretty.
I do have criticisms of it though. Like it is.
No, the thing is, I've read all the bad reviews, and they're all right.
They're all right. It's just I feel some people are weighing them too heavily, and that's their prerogative. They can.
I think no other game in the world other than Final Fantasy XIII would be able to get away with enough presumptuous bullshit that Square did that I really think would scare not just the average person, but the average hardcore person away from their game altogether.
I just don't get it.
The paradigm system. When do you fully utilize that?
Well, yeah, that's my main criticism.
About 12 hours
they
in,
don't give you the full.
You will finally start to use the paradigm system.
Well, no, that's not necessarily true because I'm only 7 hours in. Still 7 hours.
But when I really got the hang of it, because enemies don't. There's not. It's weird. I'm complaining about enemies not responding. I was yelling at Tyler Nagata in the car that like they even hide fucking enemies places like secret treasures.
Did
so
you know?
You can fight more people.
Did you know if you save and reload, they all reappear?
Yeah, but why am I trying to trick the game?
I know it's silly. It is silly, and it does bother me. But by the same token, Final Fantasy IV, my favorite Final Fantasy, one of my favorite games of all time. The first 8 hours of the game, it's just fight, magic, fight, magic. I don't get cool summons and a bunch of these different techniques, and 6 is the same way, and 7 opens up materia slowly throughout the game. It's all been there before. It's just it is aggravated in 13, and I understand the criticisms. I just on top of it being the prettiest, the most gorgeous game I've ever seen.
Ever. Like one of those levels I'm like, this just looks like Avatar.
The opening where you're running around the lake that has been crystallized.
Jesus Christ.
It's
fucking gorgeous.
It literally is like
down to crystallized ocean spray.
Yes, it's
of the crest of the wave.
Like I would turn the camera around to you stand lightning in a corner and whip the camera around.
You can sit there and laugh. We're still going to talk about this.
No, I love that Michael, the PlayStation editor, is completely invested in his laptop, and I'm looking Twitter on my phone.
Dude, I have
Well,
played...
you guys freak out about Final Fantasy.
I have played to exactly the third save point in that game. I have been too busy to play it since. I have nothing to
I didn't realize what you meant, because there's a save point every 4 inches.
There's a save point every 8 seconds.
It is literally maybe 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And it is, to me, it's his biggest fault. Like, most RPGs take a while to get going. But this doesn't even let you in on what's happening until 3 hours in.
No, there's flashbacks, and it didn't really even start to make sense to me until about 12 hours into the game.
It has a lot of, it does have a lot of...
You guys sound so boring right now.
Shut up.
Maybe. But remember, you were the one who wanted to talk about Bolo.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right, well, let's... you know what else came out this week?
No, I know. I have some. I have some stuff for Final Fantasy because I'm having a fantastic time. If I can just maybe put a cap on it, I thought it was very interesting how they didn't get rid of the old, but they're clearly trying to make an evolution without alienating people who love Final Fantasies, and it's ultimately, I think, going to hurt them. This is going to be a weird entry.
I think it will be, yeah.
I'm having a great time with it.
I really think 15 will be nothing like...
If I can out myself, and I would love this to have repercussions, I had to skip fake sick a day of work because that was the only way I'd be able to get into Final Fantasy 13.
I hate that you had to say 15.
Yeah.
14
is the one
piece of shit that
I'll
no one
never
cares
play.
about.
I had to skip work in order to, I know I'm going to need 8 hours to care.
Yeah.
I need 8 hours to care about this game, and I had to skip work, and I would love love for our bosses to hear this. Fire me on the basis of playing a game.
You know it's going to happen.
I hope it happens. I hope it happens. Luckily, our bosses rarely listen to this. Eric, I'm sorry.
Except for, Eric, every
Eric,
week.
I'm sorry. Final Fantasy XIII. Do you have any favorite characters thus far? Least favorite characters? We all do. A lot of people hating on Hope.
By we all, you mean you two.
I mean the millions of people who aren't Tyler playing the game.
Playing the game and
that
already
we're talking
bought it.
to right
You
now.
fucking
Yeah, I have to say Hope is, he's a little too archetype.
He got a little cooler.
I'm sure he'll grow into
Middle
his
of
own,
secondness.
but
he is definitely like everything we make fun of. About
yeah,
Final
he's
Fantasy.
the mopey, whiny. Which I mean, at least you see and experience the reason he's so emo, rather than he just shows up.
But I think
don't
that's
care.
part. I completely disagree. Like, you're not allowed to really be mad at that unless you're a child.
Yeah,
it's not his fault.
Oh, it's true.
One of my least favorite is Vanille, who I love playing with.
Venereal.
She's got the Australian accent.
The hyper fake.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, I had
She's way too bubbly. She's
Stupid.
the other character everyone.
The voice acting is a little better. There's not a lot of awkward pauses. I was going to say
it's a bit better.
Hope is the voice of Phineas on Phineas and Ferb.
The cartoon.
Yeah, that's Phineas, and I think Vanille is the narrator in the Finding Nemo ride at Disney.
I don't know.
She's my least favorite.
You'd be the one who would know.
The fake ass British accent, and one of my favorite characters is Zaz.
I love Zaz.
Zaz is great.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic performance.
We were really worried because Zaz as a black.
You're not gonna crack me up.
Zaz as a black man in a Final Fantasy game, we had
See?
We had.
I'm in the zone right now, man. You're not gonna shake me.
Charlie.
Try.
Tyler's trying to shake us up here.
Mm-hmm.
As a black man in a Final Fantasy game, we had Barrett to deal with, who was a borderline jive-talking, cussy, ain't no one gonna tell me how to run my neighborhood. Like, just what? No one else cussed, no one else talked like that, and Barrett was just
admittedly, he has like a giant afro with a bird in his hair.
Yeah, Zaz does. Yeah,
Zaz does, and
it's a chocobo at least.
I do. I just like his characterization. I don't necessarily like his depiction.
Yes,
I think, and especially once it's revealed why his motivation for being there, because for me that was the last thing I needed to know, and I didn't learn it until at least literally half a day in. Do they finally tell you about it? You're not going to break me.
Yeah, he's kind of hinting. He's hinting at what his reasoning is.
I'm trying.
Take a walk, dear.
That he's a father and blah blah blah. I'm sure there's a reason.
There is a reason.
I'm looking forward to it.
There is a reason.
So far, I have criticisms, but I'm completely enjoying it. I have no problem with it being on rails because it's trying to tell me a fucking story.
Yeah,
and as a story, it makes sense. If they're on the run from the very beginning, there's no reason for me to fuck around in a town.
I think we all played Final Fantasies over and over again, especially even when we had gotten new platforms. We would go back and play the ones on NES. We would get a PlayStation, go play the SNES ones.
Oh, sure.
Once the environments aren't that pretty, I don't think the progression in that kind of narrative matters anymore. So the fact that they're pushing me from hallway to hallway, that's not... right now, I'm in awe in every new area I step into. I don't think that'll happen 5 years from now. I won't care.
No, the graphics are really a selling point.
And, but
I love the paradigms. I really do.
I do love the paradigms. I did not want to say...
I hate even saying that phrase.
Oh, God. I do love the paradigm system. My favorite character is Zaz.
15 will have the think outside the box system.
At least
it will. It will.
Hopefully Square Blue Sky that.
I mean, they're gonna have to find some kind of synergistic complexity in order to get this to work.
This is true.
Right.
This is all true. Hold on. This is all cliched corporate speak.
Good.
Final Fantasy XIII. This is a scene because almost everybody squares off with one another. You'll have
they square off. Get it?
Knew that was going to get something. Two characters will go off with one another for a while, and they'll talk to one another, reveal things about themselves. This is my least favorite character with my favorite character.
You look tired.
I remember
Not
this.
enough sleep?
I guess.
Not surprising. Cute girl like me. It's hard to close your eyes, huh?
I find her very irritating.
Oh my God.
The problem is she's super hot.
She's super hot. I'm looking at her.
How hot can my voice be?
But she is the giggly, I'm oblivious to all forms of evil. Everything is It's really grating at times, and I fully understand.
I even want Michael paying attention to this because it's almost a year from the day that we posted this.
Oh, right.
I was like, who Zaz's voice actor's very great. It's Keith David-esque. I'm loving this. Who is it? It is Reno Wilson, also the voice of...
Yow. You know who yours truly is. The Black Motherfucking Baron. Stop that.
The Black Baron, and I didn't realize that was from our Unfunniest Games of March.
Oh,
it is a year old.
Good lord.
Year old. That is the only way you can
it's
find...
only a year old.
And I'm sorry about
how I mentioned the game.
The terrible audio, but that is the same voice. He's also the racist Transformer
from Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah.
What are their name? Like
There you go, Tizzle Sneath. Look at me go, motherfucker! I'm liquid shit. Look at me spin around. Yo, dog. Yo.
I don't remember. Was that the same podcast that we filmed for the TalkRadar?
Yes.
Video?
Yeah, it was.
47. Jesus.
It might have been 46, 47. I don't remember.
All right, this is a little more.
You'd think I would.
Great voice acting from Zaz, Reno Wilson.
Maybe it was look for Post Lassie. Maybe it was kill him.
And a little bit of what we...
Now all you gotta do is swing a fat bat into some fat ass.
Oh my God! Like
I forgot about fat ass.
That shit has haunted me for so long.
Now all you gotta do is swing a fat bat into some fat ass.
Oh my God! And I do think I didn't even know the guy was a good actor because all he's done is characterize people who piss me off.
Isn't he a white guy?
No.
Okay, I thought.
No. We would never. We would never allow him in the club.
No, it was right. No, it wasn't the voice of SpongeBob.
He's also the.
He was the other racist Transformer.
Who was also dumb, gold tooth.
Right. That's it.
So, that's why I put myself on the train to Purgeville. I figured his focus had to have something to do with destroying that post-Valsy.
I think it's above par for Final Fantasy dialogue.
Hang out with that guy.
And I love that his music is a harmonica solo.
I grabbed that specifically just because I thought it was kind of cool.
Like that's his theme.
But then you have to remember he's also the voice of.
Oh hell no!
Wow. Oh hell no! That is it. I'm moving on from Final Fantasy. We have to close this segment out.
Moving on from that ass.
Right now, we're going to talk about for the next half an hour Megaforce, Tyler Wilde.
What?
Tyler,
I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk.
Oh, good.
We're not going to talk about.
I don't have anything to say.
Tell me all about Star Control.
What else came out this week that I forgot to mention?
Let me tell you about Star Control.
Right. Jesus, don't get him started.
Don't
get him started.
Never mind. Okay. Bolo.
Come on.
Oh, Perfect Dark.
Dark. Was there a segue here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we need a segue button.
More like Perfect Dork.
Perfect Dork.
Jesus,
oh.
Don't blindside us.
Hey, look, that
barbs like
rail
that.
gun thing could shoot through walls. That's so cool.
That literally burned me.
Oh, man, you got burned.
All right, I really got to pee. Let's.
All right. Well, Perfect Dark came out on XBLA this week, which is almost literally 10 years to the day that it came out on N64.
So much.
Wow,
it looks amazing.
If you were around for Perfect Dark on the N64, you remember that it was.
And you were cool.
It was Rare's. This is the GoldenEye follow-up, and GoldenEye was the holy grail of N64 shooters. It was the default game in dorm rooms, high school. Like that's what everyone played to death. And fantastic game. Perfect Dark was. Now we're going to make another one, but it's our own IP. We're making it up. And it was really good. It had the same, emphasizing stealth and infiltration. You had missions, and somehow...
It's better.
None
of us care.
It's technically better, but
really?
It's sad that shooters somehow got away from that, and they descended into just shooting again. Because Gears, for all their cinematography... I'm really drunk. For all of their cinematicity, they lose.
It's my favorite Police album.
No, agreed. Perfect Dark's great.
They lose a little bit of the. I don't know the why. I don't know what I'm looking for, but even Modern Warfare, it's like your next objective basically is to win.
If you were segueing Final Fantasy, it's that kind of grandiose, almost internal narcissism. That we need to tell a story that's so epic in between.
Yeah, you need to hear our story instead of play a game. You need to. I got so many ideas.
To be interactive. It's hard for me to interact with your cutscenes.
Yeah, and Perfect Dark was. It was a cool story, but the missions had things to do, and the harder difficulty you played it on, the more goals there were to meet in the mission. And it's out, but the problem was it was on in 64 in May of 2000.
Yeah.
The system was really...
It was done.
It was...
And it needed an expansion pack to do.
You had to have the RAM expansion.
Done. Toys R Us was selling 12 different colors for
Yeah,
$30
dude,
a piece.
dude, that was
Watermelon.
That was my fucking heyday.
Watermelon.
I still think those. I still think those are the most racist N64 colors. They had grape, watermelon, fucking black smoke, and God, what were the other colors? They were like jungle green. They were all
cotton white.
Well, cotton
white, and there was whip welt red. That was not cool.
That was watermelon, man.
You have to admit you brought some of your own racism into that observation.
I didn't. I felt it was like really strange. It was unintentional.
They also had mathematics and playing the violin green, which was weird. I thought that was over the top.
Way to take it in the other direction, Tyler Wilde.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a gold star.
But I'm trying to even remember where we're.
Sorry,
at.
Perfect Dark.
But
Perfect
Dark. It came on a system that was just kind of done. I mean, Majora's Mask was later in the year, but even by 2000, the PS1 was kicking its ass, and the PS2 was going to be out in 6 months. So it's like the only people who care are like the super
poor.
At that point,
not even the poor, because you had to buy the game, which was $70.
Or if you were rich, you were like Dreamcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like Dreamcast.
I was too.
Yeah, the Dreamcast was already out.
So what are you saying, Tyler? You're saying you were rich?
Yeah, kind of.
You could afford a $199 system on launch day?
I could.
So it was just this weird middle ground where a lot of people didn't get to play this great game. And on top of that, the N64 hardware, not great for what they were trying to do. They were very ambitious. Rare was like, and it's really choppy. Even with the RAM expansion, that resolution is a massive 640 by 480. So it doesn't look that great. And the XBLA version out this week, $10. Doesn't control like a typical shooter. It is improved because now it has the dual analog sticks, which is vastly superior to the N64 clusterfuck.
No, I really love using the Mario camera button.
The Mario camera buttons to move your character, but it's super smooth. It looks it's disorientingly crisp because I'm used to it being kind of choppy, and now I'm like, whoa, slow it down.
Looking at the screens, I was like, that's not perfect.
And I put an article up comparing them directly, and there's a lot of fun. And a video showing like a split screen. So I mean, it's $10 and it's a great shooter. I think
these triangles are way prettier.
But I also grabbed while I was running around. You begin the game in the Carrington Institute, and it's basically MI6 or M16.
Right.
What is it? I or one?
MI6.
MI6.
People call it MI6, but it's M.
The place where Bond gets his weapons. Let's say that.
England.
MI6. Do this. England.
It's an intelligence agency.
Okay, MI6. It's like that, and I walk into a room, and it's all the same voice acting and the same sound effects. But I walk into a room.
I assume.
Fucking president in that game, who's a black man.
I assume.
All right.
6 years ahead of their time.
I want to hear Barack Obama say I assume.
8 years ahead of the time. But these fucking people, not only do they, if you let their idle animations go, like these people who work in the Carrington Institute, they just start grabbing their ass and dancing and like sticking their tits out. They're just really creepy and weird. But then like this guy who looks exactly like Sylar / Spock, whatever that actor's name is.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I walk up and this fucking voice.
Quinto.
He's surrounded by computers and this is what he says.
Welcome to Hacker Central.
Jesus Christ. And then the next one.
Can we make that sound load up every time you go to GamesRadar.com?
Welcome to Hacker Central.
Just a fucking voice like, I love computers. And then the next one is, like 8 seconds later, he says something else.
If you hear any info, let me know, okay? I'm all ears.
And then if you hang out even longer,
bug off or I'll trash your security clearance.
I feel like he sounds like Justin Bieber, and I don't even know who that is.
It should. Isn't he from your country?
I think he might be Canadian.
Isn't he a Canadian rapper?
No. What?
No?
Is he?
I don't know. I just see him on Twitter all day.
He's on Twitter all the time.
Point is,
I
Perfect
think he's
Dark.
a new prime minister.
If you know who that kid is,
or tribal chief, or whatever you people
I'm
elect
pretty
up
sure.
there.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's a socialist.
I believe it's called a Bear Master.
Yeah,
the Canadian Bear Master.
Oh my God! I have sad news.
What?
Which will
Did
be
the Bear Master die?
which will be old by the time this gets out. But Alex Chilton died.
Did he really?
Yep.
What?
Singer
Fucking love it.
Singer and guitarist.
Oh my God.
The Box Tops and Big Stars died at 59.
I know we're closing with
Fucking Alex Chilton.
All right, we'll be right back with some game deals, some contest winners, and questions of the week.
The iTunes reviews are in.
Wishart says,
a wonderfully pungent gaming cluster shard.
Kyrian BC says,
spawned from the heavens, absolute brilliance on so many levels.
Melzul says,
pants-crappingly hilarious. And Game Dad says,
the constant belching and F-bombs make the podcast feel immature.
Get over here!
TalkRadar for the win.
Hi, I'm CC Sabathia, star pitcher for a well-known baseball team based in the New York metropolitan area. I'm here today to talk to you about an important problem affecting all of us. Random grenades. Sweetwater, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, CC. I figure if I chuck enough of these here hand bombs, I'm bound to get a kill or two.
I hate to break it to you, man, but in Battlefield Bad Company 2, grenades, man, isn't going to prove quite as effective as one might find in competing games of this particular genre. Not with destructible buildings, adrenaline pumper weapons, and more vehicles than you can count.
Hi, I'm Private Terrence Sweetwater of the 222nd Army Battalion, and I'm here today to talk to you about random baseball pitchers who talk to you about random grenades. Now, let's not forget that these baseball pitchers have to work sometimes up to 1 day a week, throwing a little ball so hard that they get a twinge in their shoulder. And then they have to let people carry their bags for them. And let's not forget the horrible massages they have to endure with tiny little ladies walking on their backs. But you can help for the price of just a cup of coffee a day. Oh, shit.
So remember, everybody, keep away from random grenades and stay safe the CC way.
TalkRadar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
You know who your tune is. The Black Motherfucking Baron.
Oh, man. Third segment is go, and I'm at the helm. So it means I get to push.
Black Baron never gets old.
I get to push all kinds of buttons. That's not how I didn't want to come in with that. That's better.
Ow.
That's better.
Ow. Clown horn.
What do you want to go into first? We want to do...
What's bringing us in?
Playing us in is we got Rock Band DLC, and you know what? Everyone eat a dick, it's Just Dance from Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I love Lady Gaga.
I can't hate.
I can't hate.
She's
a good writer. She's interesting.
I understand the hate. I really do. Because we were all 17 and had to hate everything at some point, especially pop music. So I get it.
But she's ugly.
She is not attractive.
Yeah, she's not just some model who was forced in your face. She actually writes music.
She did a very similar path to success as Madonna, playing clubs, and as much as you can earn it in a pop scene.
She wrote some Britney Spears songs and kind of had to make her way.
But I also enjoy it because pop music needs someone like this to keep that shit in check.
Totally.
Because there was no figurehead for pop music like a Madonna level person to keep it there. So that's how you got for the whole 2000 to 2010 you had nothing. What was a great pop song from an artist that mattered and did anything new or interesting or creative or anything? I'm not saying all of her songs are.
I'm saying you had to settle for Justin Timberlake.
You had
for
to settle
long
for
time.
fucking Britney Spears, and
It doesn't matter.
Now you have someone who Quentin Tarantino is cool with and will lend her the pussy wagon for a video. Like, that's cool.
The
That's
telephone
just
video is
fundamentally cool.
I really want that.
And if anybody wants, I'll write an essay on why Just Dance is a perfect pop song. I'll fucking do it.
Okay,
It's a great
But moving on.
Nobody wants it.
Moving on. Nobody does. But, I don't think they're fitting for Rock Band, but hey, they put them on there, so that's why we're... It was that or Three Doors Down, which is worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Which one would you rather hear? Oh, we also had the Subways, who I've never heard of, and I'm sure we'll probably...
Hey, talk about the Subways.
Speaking of the Subways,
the Subways!
$2 Subways.
You want to... That's it, DLC on Rock Band. Hello, man. Zaz is out of here. All right. Let's go into... Chris, you got some deals for us?
I have some game deals.
Take my advice.
What?
Do as I say.
Maybe.
Save a little money for a rainy day.
Do it, you boy. Spending the money anyway. This didn't take long. DJ Hero has a 2-pack on Amazon, which is the DJ Hero bundle with the game and an extra wireless turntable for the price of the original game.
Wow. I really enjoyed DJ Hero.
That's what everybody I know who's played it has loved it. But I think it was a lot to ask for a high price.
It was a weird time because at the same time they're pitching, Band Hero, Guitar Hero 5, and Beatles is out, so it's like it was really hard.
For me, you want a multiplayer music game.
Too much money to
2
throw.
controllers. Good for you. Free shipping at Amazon. Mirror's Edge, PS3 360, $9.99 at Newegg with free shipping. I know we mention a $9 Mirror's Edge game every time.
I love Mirror's Edge.
But I mentioned they had a Flash game from the guy who did like Mr. Fancy Pants, which is a great free Flash game.
Yeah.
It just came out, out of beta or something like that, and I can't imagine they would release a Mirror's Edge Flash game unless it was to coincide with something else.
Right.
So I'm hoping there's another Mirror's Edge game.
I'd be surprised if E3 didn't yield some sequel to Mirror's Edge.
Hope.
Mirror's Edge was a great game to play for like 14 hours and then be done with forever.
Forever,
so $9.99 is a great price.
But conversely, as a younger gamer, I'd probably play that shit 3 or 4 times.
It's really fun.
It lends itself to replays. But it being in the industry, we can't have the luxury.
I gotta play shit I don't like.
Yeah.
To know what I like.
Except when Mass Effect comes out, I just refuse to play anything else. I didn't do any reviews. I did nothing else.
Best Buy has Assassin's Creed for $30 and BioShock 2 for $39.99.
The first one or the second one?
Assassin's Creed 2 for $30.
Oh, I believe that. You just got corrected.
Did I?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is that the only time he decides to pay attention?
Yeah.
Right.
When there's a correction in order.
Michael is working on some kick-ass, a God of War family tree.
Yes.
I am into that.
Michael is working on... The
You
rest
can't
of us,
give it to him
It
for
helps
yes.
me concentrate.
The rest of us don't write. Michael writes GamesRadar.
I need more.
Money for a...
All right. Here's a weird one. Old Navy is reportedly practically giving away Rock Bands. They were doing this over Christmas. So... All right. Yeah. Rock Band 2, Lego Rock Band, Beatles Rock Band on all platforms are going anywhere from $25 to $17.
If you buy corduroy pants,
you could get some performance fleece.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That is also a possibility. There's some coupon that I'm not aware of that Old Navy just does weekly.
So you could get some bullshit coat for your dog
something
while you're waiting in line.
Yeah,
and that should be the product description. Bullshit coat for your dog.
Get a chinchilla Snuggie.
Exactly, that's what Old Navy sells.
And they also have Rock Band Unplugged on PSP for around $15. It's a great fucking game.
The
PSP version.
The PSP Rock Band is great. It's one of the 2 PSP games I played in 2009.
PSP version. There's also a rumor that GameStop is going to kick off another buy 2 get 1 free used, undoubtedly. And Dell.com reportedly has the Dragon Age expansion, Dragon Age: Origins Awakenings for $24.99.
Good deal,
Perfect.
I guess.
And that was Brett Elston. Game deals.
Uh-oh.
I really like how you man the board. GameStop? What? Who's a spot?
No, stop.
Kick the computer, Fonzie.
I don't know if I should kick the computer.
All right, what are we moving into
I'm
now?
a computer.
Moving in now.
I sound like Greg.
I meant to hit this.
There we go.
We're moving
We got a
into.
computer. My mom put some games on.
We had a contest running the past couple weeks.
This is true.
It was for 8 T-shirts from what was the
Dark darkbunnytees.com.
Bunny Tees. And it was the contest was
$5 more went into Chris's pocket right there.
Yeah! Yeah! I'm sitting in the chair now. Whoa, $5.
I love it when people come to us and are just kind of like, tell people about our site and we'll give you some shirts.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
They're cool shirts, and it's also the contest was put TalkRadar into a movie poster using Photoshop and just use your imagination. It is without a doubt the best art thread ever in our forum's history. Like,
it's amazing.
I was hesitant because haven't made this great an effort for games. Like, I was T-shirts. Nice.
I had never seen the number of entries and the quality so high for any contest.
Very hard to judge,
and it was extremely difficult to judge. We laughed repeatedly at once, and everyone who submitted something like hats the fuck off. But I mean, Chris has the list of the winners.
I have a list of stuff I can no longer read. Grey Ghost won for some R-Ape entry. I forget which one. These are all phenomenal.
We wrote them down. We are admittedly intoxicated.
GamesRadar.com/forums. TalkRadar. Eventually, hoping we can put an article up. Showcasing all of these.
I'd love to.
Flap Slapper for a Dark Star reference that I don't think very few people should get, but it's just very well done.
The spaced out spaceship.
And more. The one black guy in the forums did a fantastic, I guess it's Grandma's Boy. But I love that old 80s style of comic movie poster with every character in the movie done in watercolors.
Yeah.
Wonderful. The one black guy in the forums were giving a t-shirt.
Oh, yes.
Let us know. I wish this was last month.
We're so not
We could send it a press release.
Just
Splunking Inglorious Bastards poster. Inspired. Good work, my friend.
I'm a frowning Nazi. I'm sorry.
Batman 4273. Many 5273. Many glorious entries. Goonies. Other stuff that I can't read what I wrote. Ventager. Again, lots of fantastic.
The rabbit avatar, the Bucktooth bunny.
Yeah.
Tons of great shit. Like, just seriously, look in the thread. It's unbelievable.
Really, really good. And Ronald Reagan, Kid Fuckers Hoagie being a highlight, and Graboids. Fine. Graboids is another prize. Graboids is great. Like, I almost hate giving him a prize if he didn't do everything awesome.
Yes.
I think he has like a site now, a separate site where he just created a blog where here's the TalkRadar Photoshops I've done in my spare time.
Jesus, and they're all really good.
Yeah, he did the thing shitting, and he did the California Raisin versus the Fraggle, Graboids.
Which, by the way, Graboids, I believe you won Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Shit, did he?
I believe.
I'm sorry. No. It's on my desk. It's literally sitting on my desk. I'll send it to you.
But yeah, again, everyone who won. So can you real quick say who the winners actually were so that they know?
The Grey Ghost, Flap Slapper, the one black guy in the forum, Splunking, Batman 5273, Ventager, Ronald Reagan, and Graboid. You will receive a message from the prize pig. Please state what size shirt you want and what shirt that you do want.
Yeah,
and it's going to take a while because I'm pretty sure he's going to have to send these to us from the UK, and then we're going to send them to you.
It's going to take a while because I hate my life.
But please, just be on top because we are obviously. We want to give you these prizes, but we do have a ton of shit to do every day.
Tyler mentioned that a couple people complained about not getting.
Yeah, I got a message saying I haven't got my prize from October. Look, October was a while ago.
It's not that I was absolutely thorough about where I sent shit. Most people don't know how to send an address.
Yeah,
I give you what you give me.
I'm sorry. The things that were on our prize desk from October are no longer on the desk. Yes. They got sent somewhere.
And if you wait 3 months to respond,
I don't know.
It's your bad.
But we have, again, a ton of prizes. We want you to get them. Just make sure.
I would love to give away more prizes if people weren't such fucking idiots about sending addresses. Like, I wouldn't have stopped. I can't handle prizes because people are morons.
So you messaged the games. Well, the games that are prize pig in the forums.
I have made it as easy as possible, and people still can't grasp it.
All right, we will endeavor to pick things up on our part. If you guys endeavor,
all I want to do is give you all this free shit that comes in our office. Not because I don't want it. It's because it's just come on, we got a surplus, and I can't hold any more of it at my house or desk.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Moving into the community segment. If we're all through with that. Moving on.
Time to get moving.
In what segment?
Community segment.
Community segment.
Oh, really?
Last week's question.
Which I think we're going to use this to go into the community segment from now on.
Okay.
Here we are.
Because it creeps that one guy out.
We are
take it out.
segment. Yeah, you guys ready for this? All right.
Last week's question was question 76. What game or genre do you think would benefit from motion controls?
Yes.
And I like a lot of people just said like, it was. I want to see Half-Life to swing a crowbar. Okay, cool. But like,
any second,
shaking my hands like that's that's the kind of like
it's not
that's
really
the kind
true.
of lackadaisical measure everybody took and thought they could make a great game. I wanted like
would
some
suck with motion control.
Good suggestions, and Ravenbaum just said like it's obvious sports games like and I did agree only in that I don't like using motion controls. But I just assume, going along with a sports fan, that involves a general level of physical enthusiasm. And
a little bit.
The amount I've seen fucking sports fans pantomime for no reason.
Right.
I can't imagine they wouldn't want to pretend to throw a ball.
I have to say, like, the only sports game I played on Wii was the first Madden.
Which are apparently really good.
Very impressed.
And I walked away like, dude, I want to play this again. Like, I really enjoyed it. And I did take it home over that Christmas break. And I mean, they were subtle motion controls. They weren't like Motion Plus. Obviously, it was too early for that. But they integrated them in a fun way, I thought. The stiff arm was actually you know, jutting one arm out and to juke to left or right was a quick both remote and nunchuck to the left or right. It correlated. The problem is motion controls at this point, on Wii especially, are just, it's a gesture in place of a button press. So instead of hitting A, you just swing and then something happens. It needs to be more.
Yeah. It needs to be perfect 1-to-1. and then that'll be kind of cool, but still
something
kind
that justifies
of weird.
Now it's just a weird controller.
Yeah. Did anybody else from the forums have different points? Or?
Yeah, Stray Gator said.
Stray
Gator. Imagine pole dancer. Haha. Like a lot of people.
I'll play that.
Gave funny answers, and yes, I got sort of lazy and I just grabbed new users and what they said because I was busy.
Let's do that. New users with a sound effect.
New users. Sound of Dante's. Zen Phoenix.
Wha-bam!
Who said puzzlers, and he made the notation like Tetris is sort of a pain in the ass because of the weird flipping and the moving left and right, and like I can see motion controls could be if they were more precise. If puzzle games could really benefit.
If the controls are already abstract, then that's fine. It works fine, like the controls for a puzzler are abstract.
I'd hardly say Tetris's controls are a barrier to anyone.
They're not a barrier to anyone, but it's one of those things where like motion controls would make sense. Like we were, what game? Like Puzzle Bobble, Bust a Move. Perfect for motion controls. Right. All it involves is tilt, and they didn't bother to utilize it.
Yeah, if I turn the Wiimote to the right and the Tetris piece also turns to the right, that makes sense.
Yeah,
because it's abstract controls, but trying to
what
play
if your Tetris block should turn in more than 4 directions? It just for puzzlers.
Okay, I'm wrapping my mind.
It makes a little more sense instead of just accidentally hitting down, dropping a block. You're moving things left, right, twisting, turning.
Yeah,
dickhead. Sean Coonery, whose name I can only say because nobody can see the picture right now, said a mime simulator. And ER Green Day is also a new user. Zant666 Viper 5211 I Am Baker Man said stealth action games, which I have yet to enjoy the experience of standing still with motion controls. But when I'm that tense in a Splinter Cell game, like, hold on, wait, go, like that could be kind of cool.
Yeah,
in terms of motion controls,
it could. Again, if they're well implemented, like it would be a better sense of immersion.
Right.
The sense of consequence if I fuck this up. Right. My cover's blown.
I'm carefully holding my hand still because I know I need to strangle this guy.
Yeah, even imagine if you were in a situation where like you had to hide a weapon and you had to put the motion control right here and move it out at a certain time. Again,
actually unsheath your weapon.
Sort of something like
that. But
that.
still, I feel like we're making so much exposition for it.
This is true.
It's becoming ridiculous.
This is true. It is something that's solved in a button press more often than not. But again, it's a question I sort of pushed, and I'm glad you guys came to the table.
Yeah, motion control's stupid. We know.
Next. I hope there's
last week I was saying I think the answer is somewhere motion controls need to be a new thing. You can't take an existing genre and gameplay and then just throw motion controls on top of it. It needs to be something new.
Writing another feature this week. It's just Boom Blocks.
Right.
Boom Blocks is perfect.
It worked really well.
It's a genre that didn't really exist before.
Spielberg, always innovating.
It's a genre where you... It's not even a genre. It's a game where you throw things at things. Yeah. And it works
a little bit, but it involves like precision that needs to be done more on the fly.
So you're saying pin the tail on the donkey. So like, great for motion control.
Boom Blocks is also like the easiest way to injure yourself.
Pin the tail on a donkey of the third kind.
How? Well, I spent like a weekend playing Boom Blocks. I got super addictive. And there's just something like, maybe it's just me, but something in the way you kind of have to snap your wrist to throw the balls. Like I felt something kind of snap in my wrist, and like the next day I had this gigantic like cyst on my wrist, and it eventually like went away after like a marathon of after our 24-hour Modern
Boom
Warfare
Blocks
2
gave
thing.
you cancer.
Yes. That's why the next game will be Boom Blocks Cis Party.
God!
Yeah, it was just like a big swollen lump that just stayed there for weeks.
As long as it says party at the end, I'm
Next time that happens, make sure you don't leave the office until I touch the tip of my tongue to it. 'Cause I love licking cis.
What are you, fucking Tom Green?
It wasn't a gross cyst.
My
it was
tongue
just
is
a
on a
lump.
cyst.
My tongue is on the chair. I don't have any sounds
That
for
was
that.
his
I don't either.
bum.
I don't even want to do a Tom Green impression.
Tom Green painting a
I'll do
fence.
one. Damn you, 4chan!
Did I say the rest of the fucking new users? Swirly, Common Snail, Hey It's Nate, and Jazmidi? Jazz the MIDI? I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, not right.
Spelling fail. Inner caps next time.
Okay.
It'll help.
So his name was a...
It was a bit of a combo breaker.
All right.
Is this how it feels all the time for
Yes.
you guys?
Yeah.
Jesus. I hate myself.
What I did love is your picture, I think, while you were in Wisconsin, of the cow breaker, of all the, all the black cows, and there's like one white cow.
There's all white cows and one black cow.
The cowboy breaker.
Oh, man.
That
black cow was president, though, so it's okay.
That's exactly what I mentioned when I was telling my girlfriend why this is funny enough for me to take a picture of.
So there's this game Killer Instinct, right?
Did you see the Obama picture of the Killer Instinct references? You looked at me like, I'm a girl. Like, well, no, of course I don't give a shit about that.
It's like, but it was so funny to those of us who were in an arcade in '94.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The question of the week this week, then this can be answered in GamesRadar.com/forums, the TalkRadar podcast.
Question 77.
Question 77, and I mean you can find it either from the GamesRadar homepage, or you could probably Google TalkRadar and find it that way. But GamesRadar.com/forums. Question of the week. This came up over. We were talking about. Came up during lunch today, and we were trying to like out nerd each other. And we may have asked this in like unofficially and amongst each other, but not as a question of the week. I don't think so. It's what is the nerdiest moment of your life? Like where you really thought like, wow, I have really sunk. And maybe you didn't realize it at the time, but upon retrospection and thinking about it, you're like, wow, Jesus Christ. And here's my example. Most of them will involve nerd things crossing over, like two things that are already nerdy, and then they. So I was paying $1 per grab in a bag of Magic cards. Magic the Gathering at a Star Trek convention. So I'm at a Star Trek.
I could have walked through that whole thing like Godzilla. I would have just killed everybody.
I was at a Star Trek convention, and I see a booth that's just $1 per grab. Put your hand in, whatever cards you pull out, it's yours. And I'm like, dude, Ice Age, what a cool Magic expansion. $1, getting just land and. It's a wasp. He's 1/1. None of this means anything to any of you.
Yeah,
but I'm in a Star Trek convention, paying a guy, gambling for Magic cards, basically. And I'm like, wow, this is maybe too much, even for my 15-year-old self.
Yeah. So imagine, is this sad? And that somebody in a completely unrelated field managed to recognize his demographics so well.
Yes. Someone exploited the fart out of me. Anyone else?
I mentioned last week at the Disney party, which we went to the Disney party, and like, first of all, I don't want to dress a different way, but I'm starting to notice I look significantly shabbier and more awful than like just about everybody everywhere I am. And the Disney people Like, I was like, I what would it be like to work for Disney? Again, they're all beautiful fucking
It's
people.
all really attractive people, well-dressed.
They're all fucking models.
Yeah.
But then I'm talking to them and like, I'm really into Disney. And like, well, yeah, what about Disney? Like, we got this new Hannah Montana. I'm like, nah, I like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You ever see Follow Me, Boys, where Kurt Russell played Whitey? Fred McMurray adopted him? Great. Okay, back off. Back off,
they were
Disney
actually
nerd.
like, the more you knew, they were like, oh, you're so silly.
Wow.
It's like, sorry for knowing your product.
But it's a product they can't sell anymore.
Right.
I don't know a product they can sell anymore. I'm of no use to them. But they also, it's that sense of awkwardness. It's in the back of my head that, like, your only job right now is to be nice to me and listen to what I have to say.
Right.
So I don't know what if I'm going too far. Like, I'm talking about your company.
Right. The best part was we were, like, me, you, and Charlie were all trying to talk to the same girl from Disney, and she was so high up the chain that when we tried to give her our cards, she wouldn't take them. She was like, "Oh, I don't actually talk to you people regularly. I'm just, we're just hanging."
I miss her already.
We're hanging out at a party. We're having fun. Let's not card it up here.
Hey, she wouldn't let us leave, man.
No, yeah, that's the weird thing is she kept pushing the conversation. She kept wanting to talk. Like, can we go check out the museum?
Right.
Yeah, but wait, let me tell you.
She was like the Oracle in the Matrix. Like, you know what? No,
a little cuter, but
more attractive than that. But it was
okay.
But no, very good at it. It was just like, okay, don't take my card. Like, sorry,
don't take my card. Hey, seriously, I'd like to write more stuff about Disney. I'm just saying, like, you're not gonna you'll never meet anybody at this party who will say that to you. Like,
it's true.
I want to write more stuff about Disney
at that party. Yeah.
Well,
Tyler.
When I mentioned Bolo earlier, would be
I don't remember that.
Nerdy. Would be the nerdiest moment in my life. No,
that trumps everything.
Me and my sister, big Star Trek fan, big anime fan, like I was when I was younger. We used to go to conventions in San Jose, anime conventions, sci-fi conventions, whatever there was.
You have to check out the Star Trek Museum.
I will. I've been to it in Vegas.
No, it's different. It's not the
okay,
same
I've
thing.
been to the better one in Vegas.
It's better than the one in Vegas.
No, it's not.
I've been to both.
I've also been to the Coca-Cola Museum in Vegas when that existed. So my parents liked to gamble, is what I'm saying. but yeah, there's an artist called PMBQ. She goes by, and I bought an original.
Isn't that the code name for a Spielberg game?
No, it is a comic artist and manga style artist, and I bought for some stupid amount of money signed piece of artwork by her at some anime convention, and that was pretty fucking nerdy. Like, I saved up, went to this convention, paid her more money than I probably ever should have, and I still have it. Just some image signed by her in fucking gel pen, fucking gold gel pen. Like, ridiculous, not worth anything more than $1
A gold
now.
glitter Sharpie?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's wonderful.
It's worth nothing, and I stood in line to get it from her. She didn't sign it in front of me. It was already signed.
Wow.
She's just like, she's nothing. Like, she's cool. I appreciate her art.
She's probably listening.
Okay, you're right. No, I like her art, but she's not like a famous comic book artist. She's someone who's done some decent anime fan art,
Right.
And, like, I think she's worked on some comic books, but, like, she's not someone you'd be like, oh my god, PMBQ, wow.
Right.
And I paid probably too much money for some reason. So that's my nerdiest moment. I went to a lot of Star Trek conventions. San Jose has a lot of conventions. It's got a big convention center, It's
This is all true.
It's all true. I was a nerdy kid. Fuck you.
Similar thing. I got a Fantastic Four comic signed at a Superman convention. If that makes any sense.
There you go, Superman convention. That's the kind of shit they hold in San Jose.
This was in Metropolis, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Christ.
Wow.
A shitty...
That's stupid.
Michael Raparez, save us, Michael Raparez.
Say something not nerdy.
I'm kind of drawing blanks. The only things I can think of are... shut the fuck up.
You looked at him.
I did.
You
Instinctively, I looked at Chris. Even though Chris isn't manning the sound.
First of all, you told Chris to shut up. Which is
I told him to shut the fuck up.
It's a sound effect.
that Brett made.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Been a ball of hurt.
If you could see this setup, you'd all be laughing.
Let's see. When I was in college, I was the coordinator of the school anime club.
Oh, God.
So when you were in college...
I've since kind of lost interest in anime, but at the time I was so into it that in order to drum up interest in the club, they had like a big, like, everybody come pull up a table and tell people about your club, and it'll be like a club fair. No. So I dressed up in a fucking sailor dress with a beard and hairy legs.
Nice.
Was it hard to walk in all that pussy?
Strangely no. You just have to swim a little bit.
Do you have a picture of this moment?
I may somewhere, not on me.
Well, yeah.
Probably not. I don't know if I allowed anyone to photograph that.
Oh, man.
I had one last one.
But I imagine people will be photoshopping it now that I fucking opened that up.
For some reason, the people I look up to are like comedians and drunk writers and basically like self-loathing, like people who hate their own audience. So you should never go up and meet in person.
Right.
And I went like all the way down to Tampa, and I saw Doug Stanhope, one of my favorite comics. And I had like suffering, a young adult from severe back pain, and this girl at a bar is like, "Here, I have pills that will make hurt go away." Like, yes, give me. And I took them, and then like I loved Doug Stanhope so much that he was out there after the show selling CDs, and I know this from comedians. Don't ever go up and meet comedians. They don't want to see you. They're just being nice.
Right.
You're usually scaring them no matter what you say. You'll never be friends. Don't bother. And I have to go up and say, hey. And like I came out, and I didn't realize I couldn't talk. Because I'd just been sitting there drinking, and I took a bunch of back pills that weren't my prescription. And I'm like, I'm sorry. He's like, no, it's okay, man. You're just drunk. And then I got like, I wasn't mad, but I was like the typical drunk, like, do you understand? You understand? I'm like, I'm drunk. I just can't do. Oh, this sucks. I'm not drunk. I just can't talk. My tongue is huge.
Using words.
You person like I.
Take that, Doug Stanhope.
Yeah.
Listen to Doug Stanhope.
Give us your nerdiest moment of your life in
Nerdy.
the GamesRadar.com/forums.
Nerd.
You know what? Being into anime is almost better than having a social life.
It really is.
Go for it. Like enjoy it because
dude, we're models of just obsessive personalities and fucking personal vices. So like, if you
creating your own universe around non-existent characters is almost better than dealing with real people. I envy you.
My backup story was going to be that I'm also an enormous grammar nerd, and I actually got in a fight with Carolyn
I remember that.
a month or two ago over whether possessive should be S' or S'.
I remember that.
To the point where I was red in the fucking face.
I mean, I say S'.
And I was making a scene, and the thing is, it's like, after the fact, it's like, I'm just like seething, I can't see straight, I'm hyperventilating, it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
I remember.
Why do I care this much?
While this was happening, he's like, I'm sorry, and I don't disagree with you. I have no idea why I'm so mad. I'm red in the face right now, but it's just the way I just feel that strongly about it.
It's kind of like in Eastbound and Down, if you've ever seen that moment where he's like, I love you very much, and I don't know why I'm yelling.
I'm feeling very emotional right now.
Precise. That's why being in love with Asuka from Evangelion is better than actually living a real life.
Because she'll use whatever apostrophes you
and I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and out.
Use apostrophes.
She'll probably shave one into her pelvis.
I want to go ahead and out Henry's moment that he told us over at lunch was Hank the mother in Tank Gilbert. He said,
Did you censor yourself?
Yeah.
You do that better than anyone else I've ever met.
I don't know why I wouldn't, but
and it seems to just be instinctive.
He was arguing. He was arguing. He was standing in line at a Pokemon tournament, arguing with his friend arguing about whether an Evangelion could beat a Gundam.
And he's probably getting really irritated.
Shinji could beat that Gundam up, right?
Oh, man.
Fucking Death Scythe ain't nothing.
The funny thing is, the answer to that question is the same answer to whether or not those lifestyle shots were Wii or PS3.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Should we tell Charlie Barrett's incident with Mr. Schaefer?
We did last week, I thought.
Oh, man.
Not in the detail.
I'd rather let him explain it, because
But he's never going to come on.
He will eventually.
Hopefully, Charlie Barrett has one that happened very recently.
Yeah.
And I really hope he'll... we can't ruin it. He has to tell it.
If you were following our Twitters, you would know what happened.
It's not
Charlie
even nerdy.
Barrett-
It's creepy,
Charlie
like
Barrett
stalkery, weird.
Is one of the coolest people I know. He
he's
doesn't.
very
He
cool.
doesn't slip up. He's always.
He's
this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But I mean, he should tell it.
He should tell it.
But if you follow, his Twitter, which is Grinan, and then you would know the story. But moving on, real quick, we also have the TalkRadar hotline in the community segment, which is 1-877-404-1337, which is 404 Elite, extension 327, which
404 error.
Jesus, 404-1337, extension.
Look, find the number somewhere else.
You're
not going to remember
extension
it.
327, which is DAR for the TDAR. Again, a lot of new phone calls, but yeah, please call and we can play your messages. I really like this one from Batman5273, who just won.
What a great guy.
Who just won a shirt, but I love, this is the kind of shit that really makes me laugh. This is the kind of shit that makes me laugh because I get a lot of people screwing up.
Hello, this is Craig Hindico, Batman5273.
Hi, Craig.
My question is, I see that... crap, I just fucked up.
Oh, it's okay.
So then he calls back.
Is this 2 calls?
This is 2 separate phone calls. But I mean, I get these. There's a lot of these.
There's always
Hello, this is Craig Indigo, Batman5273. I have a few of you guys on my Xbox friends list, and I was wondering, what is the exact polite protocol in asking you guys to play a game? I see you guys jump on, and I don't know if you're doing work. I've seen Brett watch Doctor Who, and I don't know if he's watching it with his girlfriend, and I don't want to interrupt. But you guys always say you want to play games with people, so what is the exact polite protocol in asking you guys to play? Thank you very much.
I got this.
Do it.
Because, 1, Doctor Who, good indication. I don't want to play with you right now.
Yeah, I'm watching something.
2, when a person named Chris Antista is playing Final Fantasy XIII, odds are he does not want to play in a multiplayer game with you elsewhere.
Yeah, basically, at least for me, speaking for myself, the etiquette is wait until I am playing multiplayer in the game you want to play.
Yeah, if I'm playing the game
join
that
up
you're
with me.
playing, I might want to play with you. But if I'm playing a completely different game, I don't want to take out my disc and put it in Gears of War.
The odds are very slim that we just want to... We don't really get a lot of time to play games.
That's kind of
paradoxically enough.
Yeah.
So... not to be snobbish, but it's like if we're already playing a game in single player, odds are we want to continue doing that and not drop everything.
If I'm in multiplayer, hit me up every time.
Right. Absolutely,
every time.
Yeah. I get that a lot. Like it's sad because I'll be playing, like all the time I was playing Mass Effect 2, and people are like, "Hey, you want to play Modern Warfare? You want to play Left 4 Dead? You want to play Alien vs Predator?" No.
Yeah,
I'm 40 hours into Mass Effect 2. Right? It's no different from when I'm sure I just assume
you can't assume we always have all those games.
Yeah. Also, I may not even have some of those games, but I mean, I assume it's just like anyone else. Like, I mean,
It is.
anyone listening. Like when you're playing, if you're playing Final Fantasy or any game that requires a lot of
when I'm
single
in the middle
player.
of a nice cutscene, we do it for taking videos, but I turn my notifications off, and I didn't like doing that because I do like to see when people send me a message.
Yeah, I definitely check my messages for sure.
But I don't want to have to do that again because really, people, please, I'm not going to join your Xbox Live party, and I'm not going to join you in any
that's the other
multiplayer
thing.
when I'm playing FF13.
I realize, okay, it's awesome technology, but we're not playing on Xbox Live so that we can talk to strangers on the phone. That's not the primary goal here.
Yeah, but I mean, it
I
definitely
agree.
is. I'd still like to talk to you if you have a question about the game I'm playing. That's
I mean,
fine.
you can send me the text message of questions, and I usually answer all of them. But I mean, also we're trying to have more gameplay sessions, like in the office,
so
that
we
we.
Twittering every time I'm bored and I just want to jump on Blur for 20 minutes. Please jump on with me.
Yeah, he's been tweeting a lot of Blur things, which again is at GamesRadar.
I was trying to do it every day last week. I haven't done it this week, but
which it's at GamesRadar for GamesRadar, and then I'm at Brelston
Cientista.
Tyler _Wild.
And then Michael is They're taking pictures.
Michael
of each
is
other.
at Snip.
I'm just taking a picture of
What is your
Tyler
Twitter,
taking
Michael?
A picture. Oh, it's Michael Raparez. One word.
Michael Raparez, one word.
So I did change my Twitter name from TJC Wild to Tyler_Wild.
You'll see a lot of
Makes all
like
the difference in the
multiplayer
world.
information. Like Chris has been tweeting every time he's playing the Blur beta.
And creepy Final Fantasy pics.
Yep. So moving on, we have a correction to a correction from the only black guy in the forums who was correcting you guys about Art Bell being in Prey.
Okay.
He said he wasn't.
I still don't care.
So here's a correction to the correction.
Hey guys, this is Pat calling from Indiana. Forum name Fustercluck. I was just calling because the one black guy in the forums, actually, his correction was incorrect. It was Art Bell in Prey. So, hate to be the spoiler there. Anyway, I love the show, and I love you guys.
That makes me happy. But I don't know. Only black guy in the forum. If we want to keep this going, Art Bell Gate. What do we call it? What do we call this? We already broke Can Gate. I can't. All right.
Bell Gate.
What can I say?
Bell Gate.
Easy way to settle this.
All right. And
why are there so many things named Prey on IMDb?
Because Jean-Claude Van Damme has a career.
All right.
And Michael, this one's especially for you.
All right.
So I need
Oh,
you
it
to-
is Art Bell.
It is?
Yeah, I win.
All right.
You
So
the wiki the Raparez noise is
Come on.
probably one. There you go. Eat that shit. Take that.
all right.
Wow. I feel like I just imploded.
Here's one especially from Michael from Veritas.
Okay.
Hey everyone, this is VRitis from the forums. Just wanted to say that not long ago I was out swimming when suddenly I got my leg caught in some seaweed. I tried my best to fight against it, but I just couldn't. In the distance I saw something flying towards me. It was small, but I could definitely see it. Suddenly a powerful current swept me under. In my last moments of life I felt something wrap around my arm, free me from the seaweed and drag me to shore. As I lay there I looked to my side and saw a mustache. I asked it its name, but it would only respond with a single sound effect. I reached out to touch its magnificence, but before I could, it flew off, to save yet another, I'm sure. So, this is Veritas saying that if you're drowning, the Wikipar's mustache will come and save you. The TalkRadar guarantee. So remember, don't be boring and listen to new episodes every Friday.
Oh, there you go.
Not only did the mustache save him, but it brought him back to life.
And it was correct.
amazing.
And it was correct.
Wow.
And then we have a...
correct me if I'm wrong, Michael. Well, that is a double savior. Saved him twice.
so, yeah.
Saved him twice. That's better than Jesus.
Double savior. All right.
It's true. Sometimes it just flies off, and I have no idea where it is.
And then we have I Jizz Lots in the forums.
So he does.
He has one of the best avatars.
Is it just a cup of milk?
It's a cup of milk, like, overflowing. But he sent this in, I think, as an homage to Chris.
Hi guys, I just lost from the forums and I was calling in while I was masturbating, so you can hear me just lost.
Guys, Chris, quick, put your granddad on the phone.
It's Jimmy Snore.
But I would like to point out, after he did that, I Jizz Lots did call and leave 2 other messages that were like very heartfelt and sincere about loves the show.
I like the other one's better.
Really listens to it, like really takes it to heart. And I don't know. It was.
Oh man.
He balanced this. You know.
Oh my god.
he balanced that with genuine enthusiasm. And all the positive praise makes us again not want to die on the days where we really just want to end it all.
Really, just
all that protein
just want to
makes
dome
me
a
feel
gun.
good.
So thank you, I Jizz Lots. And then finally we have from Faison.
Hey guys, it's Dylan, known as Faison.
Hi Faison.
On the forum.
Hey Dylan.
And this isn't really a Gams journalist thing or anything, but I'd like to know what's your favorite musical group that covers game music, like One Ups or Power Glove, or something of that. What's your favorite band or something?
So, game music cover band. You mentioned One Ups, who I think are fucking fantastic. I've seen them live a couple times.
I think they're musically proficient. I would never listen to it, though.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside. Is they're great to see live when you're in a group of people.
Yeah.
Like, seeing them at PAX is phenomenal, but, like, listening to them on their own, it's a little too smooth
really is
jazzy.
like Muzak.
Yeah,
at
it
that
is
point.
Muzak-y.
Yeah.
I really like The Advantage, and I really like In the Eskimos. I'm kind of, I used to love mini bosses in the Eskimos.
That's that's my answer. I was going to go with the cliche.
Yeah.
Just because they're the only ones that I've really seriously listened to at any point in my life.
There's also Select Start and Game Over and Power Glove,
Did
as you
Dwayne and
mentioned.
Brando count?
Who?
Dwayne and Brando? They do a bunch of, they kind of make up their own lyrics over...
Oh, no, I don't know.
Game cover versions.
I don't
know.
Sure.
None of us know who that is, so they count.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and spit out how many you knew of what Brett mentioned?
I didn't know any of them.
Ah,
so
there
great.
you go.
There you
So Tyler, answer the question is...
Bolo.
Bolo.
Yeah.
The answer is Bolo.
Correct.
There's Bolo.
All right. Well, there you go. That's our answers to that. I like I said, I suggest I like the Advantage. I don't know if they make a lot of new stuff, but that time period, early 2000s, is when all these bands kind of popped up.
Someday I would love to get into this with some songs we were listening to this week.
Oh, yeah.
Glorious. Are we going to do songs every day?
Yeah, I've started a Game Music Daily kind of post on the site. I'm going to try to share
Yeah, I noticed that. I like that.
I'm going to try to share a new game song every week, every day, actually. So
That's
check that out.
awesome.
It doesn't have a name right now. It's just called Game Music of the Day. So if you have any suggestions for a name, I wanted to call it VG Empire, but that was kind of voted down.
Was it?
Yeah.
What? No one liked VG Empire?
Nobody liked VG Empire. But also, we were going to call it I was going to call it Game Music Daily, but there is a blog called that with no comments and no views. But I don't want to steal thunder from a guy who...
I think you should call it Tokyo Elevator.
We should go, and Elsa and I love you. I just can't look at any more fucking Spider-Man images that keep running across your
They're
computer.
comic book covers.
They're very distracting.
Chris, before we go, I've got a whole thing for you.
Oh, shit.
Did you know, Chris? Oh, yeah! That it is your birthday?
It's my birthday!
And the more important thing...
It's not just his birthday.
It's not just Chris's birthday.
What?
It's Chris's 30th birthday.
Yeah, he is.
And I bothered to... we're going to have a little light-natured fun at your expense, Chris. So I bothered to ask some people around the office...
Should I quit now?
You should quit. You should have already.
I need more drink. Is there no more drink?
There's no more drink.
There's no
I'm
more.
stealing a Corona from the office. Dude,
Well, Chris is apparently going to
Steal me one, too.
Chris is going to steal beer from our superiors so that he can suffer.
Give me one. Hey, don't forget.
Surprise roast.
Surprise 30th. I can't believe he's 30.
He's
That's
30th
so
roast
old.
day.
God, that's old.
Man, some of these are really mean. I can't wait till he gets back.
Beautifully. Yes. No one will notice or care. Don't worry.
You can always buy more.
All there is
for like
audio
what,
evidence
nickel
that we
each?
stole 2 beers. All right, so Chris is back.
Wow.
Wow, and we've already spilled beer everywhere.
On your Android.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
All
Fucking
right.
droid.
Jesus, what is happening?
Shut
over
up.
here?
God damn it, I'm drunk.
I
Leave
didn't
me
say
alone.
anything.
All right.
Doodly doo.
So we did question of the week. We did the hotline. It's time for Chris. So I asked. Chris is turning 30, and I wanted to poke fun at how old and 1 foot in the grave, closer to the grave, more like 1 leg and 1 knee in the grave. Basically almost dead.
He's halfway to 60.
Halfway
That's
to 60, which is basically a fucking walking corpse at that point.
Bear in mind, motherfuckers, I'm 1 year older.
It's not funny though, because you're already past it. It's not funny.
yeah,
He's not there yet, so it's hilarious.
And Chris acts like he's 14. So,
That's really
So I
It's
asked, I asked a few people around the office to, give Chris some words of advice, and so from Charlie, I've got.
This is gonna hurt.
And I wanted to record them, but this kind of came together at the last minute. So
Yeah.
from Charlie, good old Charlie Barrett, who I think sums up.
Charlie!
Chris shouldn't feel bad about turning 30. Most of us assumed he was 33 years ago.
Thank you.
Besides, 30 is a meaningless number. Your age is a state of mind, and with the way Chris plays with Disney toys, dresses in leftover children's T-shirts, and spends most of his time talking to teenage boys on Twitter, he's clearly only 13. Age is also a state of body, and with the way Chris smokes, drinks, and fucks homeless men for money, he's probably close to 300.
Oh, Chaz.
Good old Henry. Hank the Tank.
Oh, Hank the Tank. He had something to say, I bet.
Hank can be downright vicious when he needs to be.
Oh, I've had to censor him during some of the roasts. I can't.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Chris is only getting better with age, like a smoked ham, which would make sense because he sucks down nicotine like he's at a glory hole in the Castro.
Oh, I got Hankleberry.
Oh.
All right. Seriously, Chris, I've seen you take a smoke break while walking downstairs to smoke. I've seen you light up at the beginning and end of a car ride.
Oh.
But smelling of tobacco only makes him seem more like everyone's grandpa. But even if Chris is a grumpy old man, I still love him and think of him as one of my best pals anywhere. Here's another 30. Here's to another 30, Chris, or more realistically, another 12.
Oh,
and,
man, it's funny because
Hank.
it's true.
And then from Eric, do not.
It's gonna hurt.
Advice for turning 30: do not lie down in a public place ever. You will fall asleep, and someone will call an ambulance or toss you in a hole and start throwing dirt on you. And he also wants to let you know that Target brand Metamucil is just as good as the name brand, and your favorite fruits are prunes and dried apricots. I twittered Dan Amrich for a response so that he could get me one back, and Dan had to say...
Dan responded? Dan remembers me?
Wow.
Dan does remember you.
You mean One of Swords?
I'm
One of
astounded.
Swords.
So
Yeah, no, Dan's really good.
He may have a new gig, a new Twitter account. He still loves us.
Yeah, for Dan.
I'm just saying, keep an eye out for Dan for TalkRadar 100. I'm just saying.
Hopefully, Dan and I will be working together very soon.
Oh, really?
Oh, Raleigh.
Yeah, I mean, no one's leaving. Jesus.
One of Swords, Dan said, I had my midlife crisis at 30, so I was young enough to enjoy it. I urge you to do the same. Love and BJs, Dan.
Aww. Was that 140 characters?
Yes.
Amrich.
I'd like to see you have a midlife crisis. I'd like to see what you do.
I had a midlife crisis at 15, motherfucker.
I had a quarter life at 25. I was really like...
I'd love to see you buy a Miata. It'd be great.
Never.
I saved
Have you seen the size of my dick? I could ride that to work. Because I don't need a Miata.
I saved the meanest for last.
Oh.
And these are from Scott Butterworth from P-Tom, who
Jesus.
hasn't been on the
Of course,
podcast in forever.
God, that guy's a dick.
He's mad at me about it.
And he says, just think, in a few more years, Chris Antista's Disney fetish might actually seem appropriate, assuming he's still hanging around with small children. He's officially too old to die young, but I hope that doesn't stop.
I'm already fading away.
But I hope that doesn't stop him from trying. And then he sent me a second email that's like, what,
wait a minute, wasn't done.
His second email is, maybe that last one should be, hopefully he's officially too old to die young, but that shouldn't stop him from trying, because I don't hope he dies, or at least I don't want to say that. Like, he wanted to temper his completely mean-spirited...
Oh, Scotty.
Oh, man.
You gotta go. Scotty always... my advice to Scott forever is to go with your instinct. He pulls an awesome joke and then feels bad about it.
And then Tyler here, what do you got?
What do I got? I don't know. I mean, Scotty just fucking hey, shot that one out of the park. I don't even know what that was.
Christopher Walken baseball commentator.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, that's...
I don't know.
I
mean, Too Old to Die Young is a pretty fucking amazing burn, because all Chris and I have ever talked about is how we want to die young.
Yes.
And how we don't give a shit about immortality. We smoke. We realize we're going to die. Chris is 30 years old.
Yes. What do we say? That you are, when you're old, you are nothing more than a burden on society?
That's right. That is what we say every time we go
Thank
out
you,
for a
Leprechaun
smoke
guys.
break. And I'm turning 25. I'm only 5 years younger than Chris, but it seems like decades.
Jesus Christ, I started here at 25.
It seems like decades compared to all of you old fucks. I have so much longer to live.
God, I hope you don't make it past the parking lot tonight.
Dude, I fucking won't.
I really hope one of those fucking Genentech mutated rabbits takes you down.
Genentech, by the way, is a company very close to us with a creepy name and creepy billboards of smiling people that says, the future is here.
The tagline is literally, we're not doing anything. Genentech.
Guys, what?
Genentech,
No.
we're growing corn that r***s pests.
Look, there it is! All right, Michael Pars pulls ahead of me in the game.
But Chris Antista is a great old man, and happy birthday.
Hey, sweetie. Oh, man.
You know, I got
Rorschach
nothing,
with the
I got
kibosh
nothing
on my
mean to say
birthday.
that I couldn't say about myself. I smoke, I drink, I'm going to die too. Happy birthday.
Living, yes. Who wants to live to your old? Yes, I have to do that.
Michael, you got anything for Chris?
Yeah, I was going to wing something. I can't, after all that, I can't really make fun of you for, your 17 daily smoke breaks. Because, although you smoke more than the average factory in Cleveland, it's only been covered by other people. I can't really make fun of you for your age because you're still younger than me. Although it's nice to have somebody else slowly entering into my age bracket as we march together toward death.
Your march towards obsolescence.
Yes, that too. Pretty soon we won't know how to use computers. And I can kind of make fun of your Disney fixation because what the fuck, dude? I mean, I can't actually pull anything funny out of that. So
that's kind of a joke.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Finer point on
Take
it.
that, old
There you
man.
Someday I'll be able to explain the Disney fixation.
I actually don't have anything bad to seriously say.
Come on, I'm a terrible person.
Why do you figure?
Well,
Remember
Chris,
remember that one time just the other day I farted on your jacket when you weren't there.
You motherfucker!
He did. I saw him do
I'm
it.
sorry.
He may be our best.
Look, everybody
friend,
needs an outlet.
but he farts on everything.
I shat
I
in
swear
your
to God.
mother.
There is nothing in this office untainted by
I
Antista
shat
fart.
in your mother.
That is an actual Spanish expression.
I shat in your mother.
Cago en tu madre.
Whoa,
really? Yes.
That's the way people hide treasure
Well,
in
why does he
caves.
embody an expression
think-
that already existed?
Cracked
That's
actually
weird.
wrote an article on this like a couple years ago about how the Spaniards are masters at working I shit on blank into every insult. I shit in the sea, I shit in the milk, I shit in your mother, I shit on your dead. It just goes on and on and on.
Shit on your dead.
So, in the best possible way, Chris, I shit on your dead.
Thank you. Whatever that we have to work that into a hand signal, and that'll be the new word. Shitting on your dead.
Shitting on your dead.
Shitting on your dead.
But Chris, to extend the olive branch after we've made fun of you, and also the fact that I will be there in about 6 months. Last year for your birthday, if you remember on the podcast, I gave you a Scrooge McDuck made of pixel blocks.
I think you did shit for your birthday. This is gonna hurt.
And so this year, I've made you a little Dewey out of pixel blocks. Also from DuckTales.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
So in 2 more years, you'll have the whole set.
Oh my god, but no Dale. No, I'm just wow.
What the fuck,
that is
Dale?
awesome.
I'll make Chippendale in 5 years. What the fuck do you want from me? He's taking a picture.
Yeah, we got a picture.
I'm so happy. This is great. I love these things.
Just
Eventually, I want to find a way to laminate the back so they don't.
Yeah,
move.
I really want to do something. But so Tyler took a picture, so there'll be a picture of that happening on the page.
Yay!
On GamesRadar.
Okay. Nope.
So that's, I believe, the podcast.
That is
the entire podcast.
So
let's go.
Already lost the bill of his hat.
Oh,
Great.
taking us out.
Taking us out, Alex Chilton died today, right?
Alex Chilton apparently died at 59, so we're taking us out as the replacements.
The replacements singing about Alex Chilton. Scott Butterworth and I, wherever we are, we perform this in Rock Band.
We did it at the Rock Band party last week. We played it on the stage in between 2 different sets from VG Charts.
Scott, who doesn't drink, who was sober, was super into it. The rest of us,
he belted it out.
The rest of us were standing straight as fucking. If
gotta
I
go.
try to act,
That's it. Alex Chilton. Listen to the song
That's
and then go out and listen to actual Alex
that's it.
Chilton.
Motherfucking TalkRadar.
Oh, hell no!